But what did you see from that game last week that EMCC really needs to focus on this week in playing a better East Central team?
Well, Jason, we kind of hit on it a little bit last week. You want to see those sophomores step up and become those big-time leaders. Last year they were freshmen. They didn't really have to do that, but now they're sophomores and they need to do that. And that's what you need. That's what this team is kind of lacking, Jason, if you'll think about it. Why were we not playing as good as we ought to be? We were playing kind of down to the competition a little bit. That's where your sophomore leadership should step up and pick everybody else up, and then you go ahead and take care of business and finish things off.
That's correct, and Glenn is right about that, and I think we'll see EMCC make some strides towards that tonight. This will be the fifth ball game of the season. EMCC looking to continue to climb up the ladder as far as the polls. They need this win, even though East Central is not a ranked football team this week. East Central still a respectful football team. They were receiving votes this past week, Anthony, but they're going to be facing EMCC, that is, a defense that is very efficient. They only give up 10 points a game. That's fourth in the National Junior College Athletic Association rankings. And what they do offensively is just be efficient. They like to play the clock, and they want to get you to play into their hands. And we saw that last year, and it's not going to be any different this season.
No, this is going to be very similar, I think, to the way last year's game played out. Strength on strength. EMCC's offense against East Central's defense. You threw out some of those numbers already, Jason. Looking at the stats, East Central's defense is one of the better defenses that the Lions will see all year long. Not only tonight, but look at the rest of the schedule. This may be the best defense that they see here in 2019. It'll be a difficult task, and when East Central has the ball on offense, it's nothing flashing, but it is a ground and pound, move the chains, get in the red zone, make some plays in the red zone type of offense that's going to force you on defense to be patient and not make mistakes. And if you do make a mistake, that's when they go to the air and make you pay. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens tonight. Two teams that have had very similar results, but have gotten there doing two very different things style-wise.
Holman Edwards leads this offense, a quarterback, very familiar with him. He comes from French Camp Academy. I called his high school games. But Holman Edwards is that guy that can beat you when he needs to. They don't put an awful lot on him because he is a true freshman coming from Class 1A, but he runs the offense efficiently, completes 67% of his passes, has thrown 6 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions this year. So he hasn't turned the ball over a lot for you. He's done what you ask him to do offensively.
The key for them offensively is to avoid third and long, because when they do get into a third and medium situation, and when they're in the red zone, particularly in those situations, they do call on Edwards to do some play action stuff. And like you said, he has been very efficient and has not turned it over. Has 3 times as many TD passes as interceptions. So for EMCC, they're going to want to put pressure on him. They're going to stop the run first and foremost, and force East Central to be in second and long, third and long situations, make them uncomfortable offensively.
EMCC has scored 46 points per outing in their last 3 games, which has been a 3-game winning streak. They're averaging a MAC-JC best 38.5 points a game. So it's strength on strength, as you mentioned, EMCC offensively and East Central defensively. Washington Lee and Swing being played out onto the field as the EMCC's Mighty Lion Band is spelling out EM out on the field here at New Sullivan Wyndham Field. It's really not New Sullivan Wyndham Field after all these years. Opened in 2011, and EMCC has not lost a regular season game here. Their only loss was to Colin in 2012 in the first round of the playoffs. So we'll be back with a conversation with the head coach. Buddy Stevens joins us here on the EMCC pregame show, as this is the Lions Radio Network. Really good first segment, everybody. Good job. Glenn's mic sounds great. Anthony, you jumped in. You didn't sink. You just started doggy pedaling, and then all of a sudden you got a good breaststroke going. Good job.
Thanks.
Actually, you never doggy pedaled on air, so don't drown, yeah. You can't throw anything past Anthony. I could be like, so talk about the price of eggs in China. What? That's all the East Central fans coming in. Yeah. By the way, we want to say a good evening and a hello to the President's Box, to everybody down there. From my understanding, we are hot. during the commercial breaks. And Dr. Also Brooks, we will do our best to also mute our mics so you guys don't have to listen to us more than you have to. It's probably a good thing, right?
A very good thing.
They have to listen to us enough doing the game. We got to give them a break. But we will have to keep our mics on a little bit to communicate with Glenn. All right, Glenn, the Buddy Stevens interview is coming up in the next segment. It's about 5 minutes long, so if you want to take a Powerade break, go ahead. Us and Jay and all them with the Mississippi State broadcast. I've been in there before, but I didn't wear a headset. I wore a headset, and it was awesome.
How cool was that?
Yeah.
I never had done.
I didn't realize
I need to.
how valuable Jay Perry was off air to Matt and Neil.
He's their eyes.
Yeah. I didn't know he did that. I didn't know John did that, because I've had my headsets on when Jim was in there, and I never remember John talking too much.
I don't think John did.
He was eating his Snickers.
No. I think. Nah. I told you my story before about Jim Ellis used to sit with his binoculars next to Jack, and he would wait until John Carrero put some peanuts or popcorn in his mouth, and then he could tell Jack John has something to say.
Oh no, Jim.
And Jack, let's go down the field to John Carrero, and you just hear.
I did not know Jim had that in his butt. Oh, Steve. I was about to say Jim would not do that.
No, Jim wouldn't do that.
Steve would, yeah.
Steve would do it all day long.
Yes, Steve would. They've got a note in there that says Jay. And they just, Matt was waving it the other day because Neil was looking at some notes. First class crew for sure. I've been talking since 6 a.m. Hope my voice holds up.
You were filling in for Jonathan on the morning show?
Yeah, I did the early morning show, yeah. Thank you for the roster.
How about a big round of applause for the Eastern Bells and the EMCC Color Guard and your EMCC Mighty Lion Band. Dance line coordinator is Fanny Roberts. Color Guard coordinator is Catherine Fulton. Assistant director of bands and percussion is Greg Haskins. And EMCC director of bands is Chris Key.
You never see that as a high school name around here. I'm guessing he's from there.
Yeah.
And I teach history.
Wow.
The name of the high school that number 2 is from is Thurgood Marshall High. That's a new one for me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Thank you, Mighty Lion Band and EMCC Cheer. EMCC's Phi Theta Kappa Academic Honor Society was proud to be named a
All right, Glenn, be ready to get the national anthem, possibly.
as well as an international top 100 chapter.
Be one of the wideouts, 6'3", 190, a sophomore from West Point with 23 catches for 399 yards. He'll top the 400-yard mark tonight. He has 4 touchdowns to lead all pass catchers in the end zone. Zach Patterson, 5'10", 170, a freshman from Corinth High School, is your other receiver. Your 2 other receivers, Rashad Eads, 6'1", 185, out of Noxubee County High School, playing just down the road. And number 14, Purvis Frazier, 6 foot, 190 pounds, a sophomore from Louisville High School with 22 catches on the year, 248 yards and a touchdown, will complete your skill position players. Your Hogs up front from left to right tackle. At left tackle, it's number 77, Nick Jones, 6'3", 275, a freshman from Byhalia High School. At left guard, number 75, Deavi Hammond, a 6'3", 350-pound freshman from Lakeland, Florida. At center, number 63, Ethan Anderson, a 290-pound freshman from St. Martin High School. At right guard, it's number 58, Bailey Trusty, 6'3", 285, a sophomore from Grenada High School. And at right tackle, it's number 74, Faquan Johnson, 6'4", 295, a sophomore from Provine High School. On the defensive side of the ball, at defensive end, it's number 96, Julius Coates, 6'7", 275, a sophomore from Rockford, Illinois, 16 tackles and 3 sacks on the year and 5.5 tackles for loss. Anchoring the interior, number 99, Austin Todd, 6'5", 310, a freshman from Oak Grove High School. At nose guard, number 92, Dante Carter, out of New Orleans, Louisiana, 6 foot, 315. He is a sophomore. At defensive end, it's number 24, Terrence Cherry, 6'2", 250, a sophomore from West Point High School. That's your big men up front. Now at linebacker, from strong side to weak side. Strong side backer is number 8, Jasper Williams, 6'2", 210, a freshman from Grenada. Already has 19 tackles on the year and 1 sack. Your Mike linebackers, Deshaun Page, 19 tackles with on the season, 6'3", 215, a freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee. And your weak side linebacker leads the team in tackles. He's a tackling machine. Number 4, Fred Harvey. Or Hervey, rather, beg your pardon. 26 tackles, 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble on the year. He's 5'11", 215, a sophomore from Charleston High School. Now in your secondary, it's number 28, Kel Williams, 5'10", 180-pound freshman from Starkville High School. He has 16 tackles to his credit and 2 pass breakups. Your free safeties, number 21, Cavante Ruggs, 6'4", 210, a sophomore from Montgomery, Alabama. And number 29, C.J. Terrell, 5'10", 205, a sophomore from Oxford High School, is your strong safety. And your other cornerback is number 6, Shavaki Harrington, 5'10", 185, a sophomore from Natchez High School. 2 interceptions, 2 pass breakups, and 12 tackles on the year. Your specialists at place kicker, it's number 35, Josh Smith, who was the hero in this game a season ago with a 19-yard field goal that won it for EMCC with just 4 seconds remaining. He's 3 for 3 on the year this year from field goal range. He has a long of 27 yards. He's 19 of 21 on extra points. Your punter is also Josh Smith. 20 punts this year, 697 yards for a 35-yard average. Your punt returner is Zach Patterson and Rashad Eads. Your kick returner, Patterson and Eads as well. Your long snapper, number 39, Brett Burton, 6'1", 215, a sophomore from Ocean Springs High School. And your holders, number 88, Cameron Brown, 5'7", 150, a freshman from Leak Academy. Coming up here in just a few more minutes, we will have our captains, both for EMCC and East Central. We'll pass those along and have the coin toss for you here in a second. But let's go back to last year's game, Anthony, as EMCC had some struggles. It was mainly the struggle for East Central, as East Central had their opportunities. It was special teams that played a huge role. The Lions returned a block punt for a touchdown, and in addition to having a block field goal attempt, was East Central and a PA try down the stretch. So EMCC, the big star was special teams, because not only did they do that, they also kicked the game-winning field goal. The Warriors kicked themselves because they failed to connect on 2 other PA attempts during last year's contest. So special teams was the key for both teams. Positive for EMCC, negative for East Central.
Yeah, it was the difference in 2018. And when you look at the rosters, especially for East Central, that defensive roster is very similar to the one that we saw a year ago, and it was difficult for the Lions to move that ball up the field or down the field and get into the end zone. They're going to have to do a better job of that this year, tonight, because you can't bank on so many missed point afters. You can't bank on a block punt return for a touchdown. You gotta expect a little bit better offensive efficiency tonight if you want to get past the Warriors. DePondre Corbin, Peyton Rogers, your captains for East Central. There are only 2 of them standing across the way. They begin their march to midfield to meet up with the EMCC captains, Shavaki Harrington, Connor Neville, Purvis Frazier, and E.J. Woods, who will play in this contest tonight. Buddy Stevens told me everybody is pretty healthy coming into this contest. Let's go down on the field to Glenn Beard. He'll have tonight's coin toss.
Thank you, Jason. The captains are meeting at midfield and shaking hands and all that. The White Hat's about to explain the rules here, and we'll see if we can listen in and hear as he explains.
Let's keep this game going smooth and under control. We have some honorary captains going to flip it tonight. The lady is heads. The eagle is tails. East Central, you're visiting. What's your call? Heads?
Got heads.
Heads is called. Search your own. Either way, it's your choice. Heads it is. So you won the toss. I believe they said you wanted to defer?
Yes, sir.
All right, you want to receive the football? All right. Which way do you want to kick it?
Kicking away from the pop.
All right, let's spin it.
All right, Jason. East Central has won the toss, elected to defer to the second half, and they will kick from the clock. The Lions will have the football to start the contest here in about 1 minute 45 seconds.
It's okay. You can say it. It's. Oh, come on. So you can say it, now he's just going to walk off.
He left you hanging.
I think I've hurt his feelings on that a little bit. Anthony, let's take a look at a stats comparison between both teams.
Yeah, taking a look at EMCC first and foremost. Over 500 yards of offense per game, 154 on the ground, 354 through the air, 38 points per game. Yards allowed for the Lions, 248, 122 allowed on the ground per game, 125 allowed through the air, only allowing 16 points per game. For East Central, they are averaging offensively only 283 yards per game. That's 177 on the ground, 106 through the air, 25 points per game though. Their defense does give them short fields to work with more often than not. Yards allowed, here's where they have earned their money this year, the Warriors. 269 yards allowed per game, 115 yards on the ground, just 154 through the air given up per game, and they are only allowing 10 points per contest and have not surrendered a single point in their last 2 ball games, blowout victories, and only have allowed 14 points total during their current 3-game winning streak, Jason.
Thank you, Anthony, and I certainly thought that we were playing Wisconsin there for a moment as I heard On Wisconsin playing in the background. That's the interesting thing about going around MAC JC play in junior colleges. You'll hear some of the big school fight songs in your own backyard. Now we hear the Tomahawk Chop of Florida State.
I'm not sure the Wisconsin connection, but I like it.
They just picked it. Kind of like a lot of the high schools do around here. French Camp Academies, where Holman Edwards, the starting quarterback for East Central. I'll say ours because I'm from French Camp.
You can say it.
It's the Kansas State fight song, which is not going to make Gavin here in the booth very happy, who's a Jayhawk fan.
Do they just do like a random fight song generator sometimes?
I sort of helped pick that one because they didn't want noticeable ones, kind of like On Wisconsin. Let's go into the field to Glenn Beard and let's get his keys to the game.
Thank you, Jason. Tonight's keys to the game for the Lions, they need to start fast. This is a game they cannot allow to dilly-dally around the way they have a couple of games in the past, because the style of offense that East Central will play, they'll play keep away tonight. They won't have that many opportunities, and the game will get away from them fast. Control the football, no turnovers, and make special teams, make some good big plays.
All right, Anthony, your keys to the game.
Well, you look at the passing offense of EMCC and you look at the secondary of East Central. That's the matchup I'm looking at, because the strength of the Warriors' defense has been, so far through 4 ball games, their secondary.
Yep.
The back 4, the back 5 sometimes when they go to that nickel defensive set. And for EMCC, obviously, they're going to hang their hat on Neville and these wideouts and the passing attack. Whoever can get going first, I think that's going to set the tone for the rest of the ball game tonight.
Uniform combination for EMCC, red jerseys, white pants, white helmets. For East Central, white jerseys, white pants, black helmet. As we get set for the opening kickoff. And it looks like it's Beauplan who's going to tee the football up at the 35-yard line. He'll be kicking from right to left, which is from the clock, from the south end zone to the north. Eads and Patterson back deep to receive, and it's going to be a sky kick, middle of the field. It's going to bounce at the 38-yard line, and it's a scramble for it around the 36. We'll see who comes up with it here in just a moment. So they don't want Patterson or Eads to beat them, as EMCC's been pretty good in the kick return game. C.J. Terrell will recover the football for EMCC, and they're going to have it at their own 37-yard line.
Sometimes, Jason, you see that pooch kick that is designed to not give up a return. That one, though, was short enough. It almost acted as if like it was an onside kick.
Right, it did, and East Central had a chance for it because they all were scrambling for it. EMCC will have it middle of the field, their own 37. Neville in the shotgun. He'll have Perryman, who's the freshman, flanked to his right. He'll take the snap with trips wide near side, throws it over on the far side, caught at the 40-yard line, diving up the field towards the 41 for a nice gain on the play is EMCC. Rashad Eads is going to make the reception. Desmond Williams will knock him off his feet. Go ahead.
No, at that time you saw a 5-yard cushion given up by the defensive backs.
Second and medium after the gain of 5. Handoff to Perryman, who's going to come around the near side. He's got some wheels. He'll get inside Warrior territory, runs down the numbers, and tackled inside the 35-yard line. First down for EMCC. Making the tackle is Jaylen Webb.
Fantastic blocking up front. I mean, that was all set up by the blocking, especially the right guard and the right tackle to spring the big-time run.
Yeah, 26 yards, the official run for Zias Perryman. That was on second down, second and medium. EMCC has it at the 33 of the Warriors. It'll be a 3-man front, and we have a penalty flag. It's going to fly, and it's going to be a false start. And I'll tell you what, the EMCC was plagued by penalties in the first quarter last week, and they get their first penalty tonight, and it's going to put them behind the sticks 5 more yards. So it'll be a 1st and 15 situation after they place the football on the field in their neighborhood of the 38-yard line, ball near hash.
You think points will be difficult to find tonight? You don't want to get behind the chains early.
Perryman is going to be flanked off the left shoulder of Neville. Twins either side. Wide side of the field is to the left. He'll take the snap for the 38. Pump fake. Fires it left side, and he's going to throw it incomplete. He went wide of his intended receiver, Eads. I don't know if there was some miscommunication there or not with the receiver and the quarterback.
Eads clearly took a step in on a curl, and that's not where Neville threw it. Not sure who was wrong in that miscommunication sequence.
Same formation as the last play. 13:56 to go here in the first quarter. Opening drive for either team. Neville with the snap, looks left, comes back right on a tunnel screen. It's caught by Brownlee. Slips one tackle, can't slip the second as he's going to be brought down in the neighborhood of the 37-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 1. Joshua Ratcliffe will make the tackle for the Warriors, who are about 55 miles away. Their campus resides in Decatur, Mississippi.
3rd and 14.
And this right here is exactly what EMCC wanted to avoid, Jason, a 3rd and 13 on their opening possession.
So a 3rd and long, and you talked about it being key. EMCC couldn't get in these 3rd and longs. And now back to pass with all day to throw, throwing it over the middle. That's a man caught inside the 20, across the middle of the field, and that is going to be Austin Morphus. He's going to make the reception. He's brought down by Jaden Webb, and it's a first down inside the red zone for EMCC, and Neville had plenty of time to throw. He surveyed the field and found his man.
Huge conversion that time, put it right on the money.
Spotted the football, the 16. 21 yards on the pitch and catch, inside handoff. Perryman's going to spin inside the 15, and he's going to get down to about the 13. So that'll be a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 7 as the clock ticks to 12:56 to go here in the first quarter. Elijah Keys will make the tackle. We have no score. It's the opening drive of the ballgame. Lions have it, knocking on the south end zone door. Ball spotted middle of the field at the 12. Neville looks like he's going to get some pressure on the edges. Stands in the shotgun. It'll be 17 on the play clock. Now the ball is snapped. Looks over the middle. Fires it over the middle. In traffic, it's knocked away at the 5-yard line. Tried to find Morphus middle of the field between the hashes and couldn't connect. As I said, there was some traffic there. Elijah Keys will deflect it away. And, boy, they're showing their strength a little bit, like you talked about in that secondary with the pass coverage.
Yeah, and that's the first time we've seen a zone blitz on this drive from the Warriors, and it forced Neville into an early throw, and he threw it into coverage. Lucky to not get it intercepted.
12:32 clock stopped here in the first quarter, no score. Lions on 3rd and 6 now. They're down to the 12 of the Warriors. 26-yard run by Perryman. That was the big play here on this drive. Back to pass all day. The throw throws it on the corner route, and it's incomplete in the end zone towards the left side. And it is going to be a 4th down and 6 situation. The EMCC is going to have to kick it. Looks like the Lions were trying to go for Purvis Frazier. Jaden Webb in on defense. Frazier couldn't come up with it. Nicely thrown ball, though, there by Connor Neville.
Webb had really good man coverage, and Neville threw it where either it was going to be incomplete or a touchdown.
29-yard field goal attempt coming up for Josh Smith, who was the hero in this game in Decatur a year ago. A 19-yarder made with 4 seconds to go in the game to lift the Lions. Snap is back, hold is good. Here's the kick, high end over end, and it is through the uprights. Good, and the Lions on their opening drive will kick the 29-yard field goal to make it a 3-0 EMCC lead here in Scooba. We'll be back with a kick to the Warriors. It will be Holman Edwards and East Central's first crack at the football, trailing 3-0 here in Scooba. This is the EMCC Football Network. All right, Glenn, we're going to come to you with a report on Zias Perryman. Why we think he's out there at tailback. We saw why just a moment ago. He gives you those tough yards, and he's quick. 29-yarder, right? Lions lead it 3-0 here with 12:23 to go in the first quarter. They march it all the way down the field and score on their opening drive of the contest. As they went 9 plays, 51 yards, used 2 minutes and 37 seconds off the clock. Smith's going to get his right foot into the football from the 35. It's high end over end. It's going to bounce between the N and the S, and Lions in the end zone. It's going to roll out of the back of the end zone, so a touchback. So at the 25 is where Holman Edwards in this offense will start. Before we talk about East Central offensively, let's go on the field and talk to Glenn Beard just a moment. Zias Perryman getting his first start. He's the freshman from Laurel High School. We see why now he has taken over, at least in this game, because of his tough running ability and his speed.
Absolutely, Jason. You know, if you look at him, everybody sees that he's a hard-nosed, tough-running back, and that's what everybody thinks and just sees on the eye test. But, Jason, if you look at him, he hangs on to the football. That's been an issue all year for the Lions. He's a running back that has proven that he will hang on to the football.
Holman Edwards in the shotgun has a receiver go in motion from near side to 5. They'll have it at their own 25 near hash. Fires it on a screen pass, complete over on the right side, and he'll march up between the numbers and the hash, close to the 30-yard line. He'll get up to the 29. That'll be a gain of 4 on the play. Jasper Williams will make the tackle on the play. Making the reception is Jalen Zachary, a 4-yard gain, so that'll bring up now 2nd and 6. We see Holman Edwards and what he can do, and he can throw the ball deep down the field, but at this point what they need from him is just get the ball out quickly, because there's some speed on the edges coming at him with this EMCC defense.
Yeah, and that was a good first down call too. EMCC, I'm sure, was thinking run on 1st and 10. They got the quick screen and a nice 4-yard gain.
Ball's on the right hash, trips now wide side of the field near side. Edwards in the shotgun. It's a pistol formation with his tailback behind him. He'll turn, hand off to his tailback, who goes around the right side, gets out across the 30-yard line, but he's going to be stopped at the 30 for a gain of 1 on the play. E.J. Woods will come up and make the tackle. J.D. Martin, the top tailback, will gain 1 on the play, so that'll bring up a 3rd and medium. So now EMCC has them in a 3rd down situation, but it's not a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and you'll see on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, East Central will still run the ball about half the time in these situations. We'll see what they want to do here. Big moment early on for both the EMCC defense and the East Central offense here in the first quarter.
11:03 and counting here in the opening period. 3-0 EMCC. 3rd down and 5 on the first possession for East Central. Edwards in the shotgun, takes a snap, turns, leaves it with his tailback, who goes straight up the middle, and he's going to be popped and hit at the line of scrimmage for no gain, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 5. Fred Harvey is going to make the tackle on J.D. Martin, and now East Central is going to have to punt it away.
Back-to-back handoffs to Martin, who is averaging about 100 yards per game, and he had nowhere to go on either the 2nd or the 3rd down handoff. Big-time stop by that EMCC defensive front.
Zach Patterson will stand inside his own 30, middle of the field. He's coming out to punt this football away will be Robbins Beauplan. 24 punts for 925 yards on the year, averaging 38.5 yards per kick. That's a long of 57. He'll await the snap back. Play clock down to 2. It's a high snap. He has to hop up in the air and get it. And he pulls it down, and it's going to be a short kick, and fielded on the run on a fair catch. Middle of the field at about the 37-yard line is Zach Patterson, and what a dangerous, dangerous fair catch. But he's got some pretty sure hands.
Yeah, sometimes when it's that low of a line drive kick, you'll see the return guy just get out of the way. But a good job to hang on to that one. And again, 2nd straight possession, good field position for the Lions.
Yeah, and it kind of made you think about Kansas State and a couple of their miscues in that game with Mississippi State in the punt return. Ball middle of the field at the 37. The EMCC leads at 3-0, 10:04 to go. Moore's back in at tailback. He'll come in on the 2nd series. Neville back to pass, all day to throw, steps up in the pocket, now throws it over the middle, and he has a man wide open, caught at midfield, but Purvis Frazier, his knee goes down. He tried to get up and run. It looked weird. It looked like his feet got stuck in some tar there at midfield, Glenn.
Yeah, he thought he was sitting there amongst all those linebackers, but the backers had vacated the area and dropped in coverage. He was just getting the first down.
So 1st down Or EMCC inside handoff. Moore's going to take it straight up the gut, and he's going to get inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. And making the tackles, Elijah Keys on the play. So it's a gain of 7 for Moore. Second down and 3, Anthony. Ball spotted middle of the field. Once again, inside Warrior territory.
Yeah,
Brownlee, go ahead.
Lions doing a good job on first down plays on this possession.
Brownlee and company bunched up to the formation near side. They throw it to Brownlee near side. Caught inside the numbers. Inside the 35-yard line. Down to about the 32. Jason Brownlee with another huge reception. Fred McGee is going to knock him off his feet. So Jason Brownlee with the reception on the play of 12 yards, and EMCC has another first down.
Heck of a catch, too. That was not a great thrown ball, but good enough. And Brownlee, the Lions' best wide receiver, made a fantastic grab.
Showing pressure on the edges once again. East Central. Twins either side on the snap. Neville fade pattern near side has Brownlee open. Caught in stride on the 5-yard line, and he will walk into the end zone. The first touchdown of the game for EMCC, and that is good for about 32 yards.
What a fantastic sequence right there. The Lions mixed in just enough quick slants and handoffs on the inside to force man coverage there on the outside, and there's just no way that DB was going to be able to hang with Brownlee up the sideline. Fantastic play, too.
So with 8:47 to go in the first quarter, the Lions stretch the lead to 9-0, pinning the PAT. We'll await the snap back. Here it is. The hold, the kick, it is good. And so now 20 of 22 on the year from extra points. Josh Smith, and EMCC leads at 10-0 at the 8:47 mark in the first quarter. We'll be back in a moment with a kick to East Central. This is the EMCC Football Network. On a 29-yard field goal on the opening drive, and then a 32-yard touchdown strike. Neville fade pattern to the near side, found Brownlee, caught it over shoulder and stride at the 5-yard line, walked into the end zone. And East Central's got to do something here on this drive because EMCC's confidence is building, and now Smith will hit the in Lions as he goes into the end zone once again. Another touchback, so starting at their own 25, East Central. So if you're East Central, what are the keys now here on this drive to not let this one get out of hand?
Well, they got to get, a couple of first downs. I mean, they got to get some first downs, move the chains. The last thing they can do right here is go 3 and out again, because EMCC has come out and done almost everything they're supposed to do. They have played almost perfect in these opening 7 minutes.
Holman Edwards will trot back out onto the field. The true freshman be a quarterback. And now we have a new tailback in there on this drive.
Qualls.
Yeah, that's Mark Qualls, number 2 on the depth chart. 7 different players have carried the football this year, so they will rotate a lot of guys. It's a completed pass over on the right side on another screen pass on first down. They did it on the last drive, and the receiver is going to carry a pile out across the 33 up to about the 34. Kel Williams will come in and lead the charge, and that's DePadre Cooper, who is one of the captains for East Central. That's a gain of 9. Boy, you love to see those yards after a catch if you're a quarterback. Second down and 1 after the gain of 9. Spot of the football at the 34. Ball on the right hash. Edwards, shotgun. Back to pass, throws it complete near side at the 30-yard line, and now going up the hash, out across the 35. First down and more up to the 40. Making the reception is Coburn again, so he'll move the chains, and C.J. Terrell will knock Coburn off his feet around the 40 on the near hash.
Yeah, Coburn came in, second leading receiver on the team, and they have hit him now for back-to-back screen plays, and he's done a good job with those yards after the catch.
East Central showed some hurry up there for a moment. Now there's 20 on the play clock. Edwards walks up to his line, shouts out some instructions, does it again. And I think he's checked the play, and now there's twin receivers either side. Ball on the near hash. Snap from their own 40. Turns, quickly throws from on the right side. It's caught 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and the ball's on the ground, and there's a scramble for it. Does EMCC have it? It's still live at the 41, and EMCC has it. They'll have it at the Warrior 41. And coming up with the fumble recovery is E.J. Woods. And making the fumble is Josh Perkins, or Josh made the catch and then fumbled it away. And it squirted out to the 41-yard line over on the numbers. And Glenn, EMCC defensively was Johnny on the spot, but they were all alone after that football came squirting out of the pile.
Yeah, Jason, they were there to scoop it up. It's really surprising the tempo that East Central is trying to play with because it's not a good matchup on either side of the football for East Central. They are outmanned on both sides.
EMCC playing a lot more clean than they did a week ago. Snap for the 41 all day to throw. Neville throws it over the middle. A little seam route. It's incomplete out across the 30-yard line, so it's 2nd and 10. EMCC hasn't been in a lot of second and long situations. They throw on first down there and they don't get a yard. Now they're going to huddle up quickly at the line of scrimmage. Neville backs up in the shotgun. Ham McGee out there, the freshman tailback, will shift from right to left, then back to right. Trips wide side of the field, near side, and now Neville will move McGee to his left. Now he'll hand it off to McGee. Flies around here on the near side. He's bottled up. He's going to be hit, and he's going to lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. I think forward progress will be stopped around the 42. Far side official went to the 44. Near side official says 42. Alvin Dempsey will come up to make the tackle, and I think the offense was just a little bit out of sync as far as Ham McGee on that play call.
Yeah, trying to move McGee around from left to right. I'm not sure McGee even lined up on the right side of Neville. That was the same sweep play that Perryman got 20 yards on the opening drive.
Perryman's going to be shifted in motion out of the backfield, and now there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be an illegal shift on EMCC. With 6:49 to go in the first quarter, 10-0 is our score. Lions on top. Even though they're playing on 3rd and long for behind the sticks, it's going to be 3rd and longer after this penalty. And the official is not mic'd up, or at least it's very low. Usually we can grab him over the PA, but it is a false start, I believe they call.
I thought it was too many men in motion, but they just called simple false start. Either way, 5-yard penalty and 3rd and 17.
Yeah, I'm with you, Anthony. I thought that was going to be an illegal shift or too many men in motion. Same thing. 6:47 and counting now. The clock has started. Spotted the football at the 48 of the Warriors for EMCC, and they have to get down to the 31-yard line of the Warriors for a first down. Ball placed near hash, moving left to right. Neville with the snap all day to throw once again. Still dancing at the 45. Fires it over the middle. Intercepted at the 30. Now up across the 35, 40, and tripped up around the 42-yard line is going to be Jaden Webb. Jaden Webb with an interception there at the 30-yard line, and Connor Neville just threw it in traffic, and it was an ill-advised throw.
That's a throw that he's going to want back. I understand. He's trying to make a big play, get the 20-yard gain, get a first down, but you're up by 10. It's the first quarter. It's 3rd and 17. Just tuck it and run it or throw it away. That's the worst thing that could have happened in that situation to give the Warriors their first momentum play of the first quarter.
Let's go to Glenn Beard on the sideline.
Well, guys, it's one of those things. The quarterback has got to learn how to look their receivers off. Look the DBs off. He's been telegraphing all night.
Been too comfortable in the pocket as well. They hand it off to Qualls. Comes around near side, around the left end. He's going to be popped hard as he gets to midfield and inside EMCC territory, down to the 49-yard line. E.J. Woods will make the huge hit and the tackle, but a positive play there for Qualls on first down, and it's going to be 2nd down and 3 after the gain of 7.
And that's the best run so far tonight for either of the running backs for the Warriors. Qualls 2nd on the team in rushing yards, but is 1st on the team in rush attempts. He and Martin are pretty good thunder and lightning 1-2 combo in the backfield.
Back out there, J.D. Martin, as you mentioned. He'll be flanked off the right shoulder. New quarterback, and there's an inside handoff inside the 40, inside the 35, bounces it out to the numbers at the 30-yard line, and he is going to be stopped there. And making the tackle is going to be Cavante Ruggs, and that's Qualls, Mark Qualls out there. And boy, they threw a little, they've got number 4 listed here, J.D. Martin. Is that Martin at quarterback?
That was Martin.
It is Martin at quarterback.
That time. Okay. And they've done this a few times, essentially running a read option offense with Martin as the quarterback.
I knew that Yarborough is the backup. He's 18, and sometimes they have double numbers on the roster, and we didn't have one of those. So looked a little bit bigger to me than Martin, but regardless, it's a first down, 10 to go. Spotted the football, the 31 of the Lions. Inside handoff. Qualls is going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he is dropped back at the 32. And leading the charge, Fred Harvey, Mr. Tackle Machine here for EMCC.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, led the team in tackles his freshman year and is on pace to do so again in his sophomore season.
Yeah, fantastic job right there to stop the inside give. Those inside handoffs, that's what the Warriors build their entire offense around, is establishing that and a really good job with the Lions defensive front that time to get penetration.
Holman Edwards back out there in the shotgun on 2nd down and long, 2nd and 11 from the 32 of EMCC. Martin in motion out of the backfield. They'll line up trips near side, Twins right side. So empty backfield. It's a screen pass on the right side on the tunnel screen, and going between the hash and the numbers down to around the 25-yard line is the receiver. That is going to be Martin who's going to make that reception, and it's Fred Harvey who's going to take him off his feet. Actually, I beg your pardon, that is Cooper who's going to make the reception.
And that time, the Warriors wide receivers did a good job blocking, which gave that play a chance to pick up 6 yards.
Spotted the football down to the 25 on 3rd down, now and 5.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect, granted they're short screen passes, but I didn't expect to see these many passes from Holman Edwards here in the first quarter.
And he's been efficient. I don't think he has missed on a pass tonight. He is a perfect 5 for 5. 3:40 to go here in the first quarter. Timeout called. I believe it's going to be a timeout called by East Central. It is. So we'll take the timeout with the Warriors. They're facing a 3rd down and a long 4 from the 25-yard line of EMCC. A wonderful opportunity for them to get points, down 10-0 here at the 3:40 mark in the first quarter. This is the EMCC Football Network. So we're back, 4th and 7 on the 35-yard line of EMCC for East Central. So they're going to go for it on 4th and 7, 3:06 to go in the first quarter. They trail 10-0. Receiver in motion from left to right, that's near side to far. Edwards got the play clock down to 13. Takes the snap all day to throw. Throws it near side at the 20, and his receiver dives back for it towards the sideline. Incomplete at the 19. He was looking once again for Coburn, and Tyler Rupert was in on defense, and so EMCC will take over at their own 35-yard line.
That's a huge stop. Huge stop for the Lions defense. You thought you would see a field goal attempt. The delay of game penalty nixed that, and then I thought we would see a pooch punt attempt to try to get EMC pinned deep inside their own territory. Instead, it's Lions 1st and 10 at their own 28, up by 10 points, 3:01 to play first quarter.
Guys, if you got an out-of-state scholarship tied up in a kicker and a punter, he ought to be able to hit from 50.
Agreed. Zias Spearman with an inside handoff, and he's going to run into a brick wall at the 30-yard line. Ronnie Thomas will make the tackle. The spot of the football incorrectly said 35. I apologize. I meant 30 or 28.
I'll tell you what, that delay of game might loom big if this game is close in the fourth quarter, because that ruined an entire scoring opportunity for the Warriors.
Gain of 2 on that tough run between the tackles. Now throwing it over the middle, and he threw it a little bit hot looking for Patterson on the crossing route, and now Neville has to come over and separate Bailey Trusty from another defensive lineman. They kind of got tangled up. Trusty lost his helmet. Boy, we saw that a lot with Mississippi State and Kentucky last week. A lot of times that lets you know that might be a hands to the face.
You would think.
You would think.
Right? But no flags, so
Trusty has to come out, and Trusty's been basically your Trusty on that offensive line because he's the only sophomore. So it's a 3rd down and 8 situation now from their own 30. Ball near hash. Neville raises his right leg, pump fakes to the near side, far side, and then comes near side on the tunnel screen, and it goes through Brownlee's hands. Incomplete, 4th down and 8, and the Lions are going to have to punt it away for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I don't think Brownlee would have gotten the first down because Ladner was right there. But if he had made Ladner miss, he had a lot of green in front of him. I think he was thinking run before he had the ball secured.
Correction, this will be the second punt for EMCC tonight. So Smith will stand. No, it is the first. If I just would have kept quiet, it wouldn't have sounded so stupid. So Smith's going to stand at the 25. Josh Smith comes in with a 35-yard average. He'll have his heels on the 10-yard line, 15 rather, on the near hash. Now he'll receive the snap. It's a high wobbly kick. And Coburn is going to call for a fair catch. A bobble it around the 35, and it's going to be free inside the 30, picked up by East Central, but they are going to lose yardage initially inside the 30 down to the 29. Boy, you just got to jump on that. You had guys there, and that is going to be coming up as Ruggs will make the big hit. Ruggs can't come up with the football, though, as he was concentrating on tackling Coburn.
Yeah, and that ball, East Central caught a break right there, Jason. That ball squirted out where only a Warrior could get it. Yeah. So a break for East Central. EMCC last couple of drives just not quite as crisp as they were on those first 2 possessions.
When it first came out, I thought it was going to dance around a little bit at the 30, or 35, I should say. Spot of the football, the 29. Inside handoff going straight up the middle and turning his legs up the far hash and getting out to the 35. That's going to be a gain of 6 on the play. Making the tackle is Julius Coates. J.D. Martin, the ball carrier for East Central. We're under the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter, 10-0. EMCC with the lead.
And now we're starting to see the Warriors offense get into a little bit of a rhythm as they have established the power running game on 1st and 10. They're in a 2nd and 4 situation. I'm telling you, Jason, those 10 points early for EMCC, I think, were gigantic because I don't think we're going to see a ton of points from here on out.
2nd and 4 now for Holman Edwards in this East Central offense. Edwards, shotgun pistol formation with Martin standing behind him. He'll turn, leave it with Martin. Tries to come around the near side, gets across the 35, cuts up the numbers to the 39-yard line. He is going to be close to a first down. It depends on the left foot, right foot spot, guys, whether he has the first down or not. Shavonki Harrington will knock him down, and it will be a right foot spot as he's going to get the first down.
we saw the referee on the far side mark him half a yard short.
Yeah.
Referee on the near side here on one of our sidelines had first down.
Can't trust the referee, can you? I guess I need to be quiet.
I thought he was short, but
can't trust a broadcaster either. Yeah, I did too. I thought it was going to be about half yard short, but from our angle, we have a different angle than they do, and they have the better angle. So first down, 10 to go from the 39-yard line. Edwards, shotgun formation with the pistol with Martin behind him. Squares and fires across the way, and it's incomplete. His receiver bobbled it. He was looking for Coburn. And it's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Their own 29. Kel Williams in on defense.
Yeah, Williams was going to blow that play up if Coburn had held on to it. I think Coburn felt him beating down on him and dropped that ball. Maybe wisely dropped that ball because Williams was going to hit him hard.
Would have lost yardage. 31 seconds to go in the first quarter. 10-0, the Lions on top of East Central. Warriors have the football at their own 29, ball near hash. Pistol formation, twins to the right, single receiver near side. Martin, your tailback behind Edwards. Edwards on the snap, turns and leaves it with Martin. He's going to be hit in the backfield, and he is dropped for a 3-yard loss back at the 37-yard line. And coming up, making the huge hit, Deshaun Page, a freshman from Knoxville, who had 19 tackles coming into this game.
A nice inside blitz that time from the Lions. Jason gave that play no chance, so the defense has forced the Warriors into a 3rd and 12 situation, and I think we're going to see the first quarter clock roll out here.
Yeah, that's the no-no that you talked about in the keys to the game, was getting behind the sticks on 3rd and long. So 3rd and 12 coming up to start the second quarter for East Central. 10-0, Lions lead it here in Scooba. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to the EMCC Football Network. Thank you. Going to be shy of about 3 yards. They're going to get it across the 45 up to the 46. C.J. Terrell is going to stop Mark Walls, who was the ball carrier. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 3 situation now. So obviously punting this one away will be East Central. Beauplan will come out to kick this one away. Beauplan, as we mentioned, been pretty good in the kicking game. 6 of 6 this season. He's been perfect on all of his extra points. He's 12 for 12, 24 punts, 925 yards, 38.5-yard average. So Patterson will be on the near hash to our right with his heels on the 10-yard line. Snap just to the right of Beauplan. He goes and gets it and puts his foot into it. It's a high, beautiful spiral, fair catch called for. And backing up inside the 10 at the 9-yard line is Zach Patterson. They'll give him the 10-yard line where he initially caught the football. And so it's 1st down, 10 to go. Pretty deep territory for EMCC. It's their worst starting field position of the night. They've got 90 yards to go to Pater.
Yeah, easily their worst starting field position, which is why I'm surprised we didn't see a punt from the Warriors when they had the ball just across the 50 in plus territory on their last possession. So we'll see what the Lions want to do right here. Back-to-back possessions where they came up empty after scoring on their first 2 drives.
10-0 EMCC with a lead. Their first possession of the second quarter. Keon Moore back out there. We'll get an inside handoff. Trying to bounce it to the outside. Over on the right side, he is going to be tackled for a yard loss back at the 9. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. Ronnie Thomas will make the tackle, and East Central's band is very active across the way tonight.
Yeah, and Thomas caught Moore from behind that time as he came off from his end position. Nice pursuit in the backfield.
2nd and 11. Ball on the right hash from the 9-yard line, their own 9. Thrown out on the right side. It is caught, and I believe that is Austin Morphus. It is. He's going to make the reception, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds in the neighborhood of the 18-yard line. Tremont Ladner will make the stop. So that's going to be a gain of roughly 9 yards. 3rd down and 2 to go for East Mississippi. Ball on the right hash once again. Clock ticking here in the second quarter. 13-18 to go before halftime. Zone read, quarterback keeper around the right side, diving out across the 20 and getting the first down as he cut up the far hash is Connor Neville. And that's Tremont Ladner is going to make the stop. The 22-yard line will be the spot of the football. So nice run by the sophomore quarterback, transfer from Washington State.
I love that play call. Don't know if it was an option play or a design quarterback run. Either way, really nice play call. The defense bit on the fake handoff, and there was just enough running room for Neville to pick up the first down.
Twin receivers either side of the formation. Wide side of the field is near side. That's a false start. Your right tackle, number 74. That's Faquan Johnson, 6'4", 295, a sophomore from Jackson out of Provine High School. Just picks up his head. Doesn't even look like he moved his body much, but his head goes flying up, and that's going to be a false start. So once again, EMCC flagged for a pre-snap penalty. And that'll be inside the 20 now, down to about the 16-yard line. Clock rolling, so it's first down and 15 from their own 16. Ball on the right hash. Here's the snap. Same formation as last. Neville, as the pocket collapses, throws it out on a sideline route across the way at the 25, and it's going to be incomplete. No, it is complete. Sorry, that's Jason Brownlee at the 25.
That was a heck of a catch. Brownlee bobbled it as he was diving out of bounds and somehow hung on and picked up a couple of yards.
The West Point product has been huge for Buddy Stevens and this offense here in 2019. Twin receivers wide side of the field, near side. They bring Moore out of the backfield in motion. He goes out for the pass, throws it over the middle is Neville, and it's complete at the 30-yard line, and rolling up to about the 31 is Austin Morphus. Making the tackle is Tremont Ladner. He's had several tackles on this drive. So it's another Lion first down here on this drive, and they started in the shadow of their own goalpost. So far have gone about 22 yards now. Here's the snap, high snap, pulled down by Neville, inside, handoff to Moore, and he's going to get about 2 yards as he goes around the left side, and he's going to be stopped at about the 34, making the tackle Elijah Keys.
This has already been a successful drive for the Lions, Jason. If they can somehow get points out of it, that'll be icing on the cake, but they're going to at least, barring a turnover, flip the field here against the Warriors.
So after the 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8 from their own 34. Neville with the snap, has backside pressure, going to be grabbed by his ankles and spun down inside the 30 at about the 27-yard line, and East Central is going to come up with a huge sack. Ronnie Thomas will grab him by his right leg, and Neville is spun down to the turf.
Second time we've seen pressure from the defensive end position brought by the Warriors on this possession. And that wasn't a blitz. That was just simply the rush end got past the right tackle and first sack tonight.
Loss of 6 on the play, so that's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 14 situation. Trips wide side of the field across the way. Inside pressure again, and he has to get rid of it quickly. He throws it at the feet of Moore around the 30-yard line. It's incomplete, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 14, and the Lions are going to have to punt it away. Ronnie Thomas is going to come and hit the quarterback Neville and force him into that errant throw. And Thomas, after getting the sack a moment ago, almost gets another.
And and it was a screenplay, so they let Thomas come free by design, but he got there, I think, quicker than Neville was expecting.
Smith will stand inside his 15, middle of the field. Coburn back to receive. He'll stand around his own 36, middle of the field. Low snap picked up. Smith gets it away, and it's a wobbly end-over-end kick. It's going to bounce at the 45, and it's going to take an East Central bounce up to the 49. So it hit at the 45, and it's going to be now at around the 48.5. Well, they've had it at the 49, then backed up at the 48. So, or are they going to move it again? So anyway, 48, 49-yard line regardless. That's where East Central is going to have the football.
Yeah, 48-yard line.
It will be the 48.
Good starting field position. I'll give Smith credit. That was a bad snap. And he did a very good job to get rid of that before the pressure got to him.
Of course, the 48 is where it initially was touched before being fallen upon at the 49. Ball on the left hash at their own 48 for East Central. Holman Edwards with his best starting field position for this offense tonight. Takes the snap, is going to leave it in the hands of Martin. Martin goes straight up the middle, some tough yards as he's going to turn his way inside the 50-yard line, gets down to the 48 as he's in Lion territory. So nice run on first down by J.D. Martin. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 after a gain of 4. Dante Carter, who normally plugs that hole, had to tackle him from behind.
Obviously, the Warriors want to get Martin going in the run game. Qualls, I thought, was the better of the 2 running backs for East Central in the first quarter. Martin, though, appears to be the most athletic of the 2, and they would love to get him more involved here in the second quarter as they face a 10-point deficit.
So 2nd down and 6 after the 4-yard run by J.D. Martin. Pistol formation with twin receivers near side. Ball on the left hash. Edwards quickly turns near side, throws it complete, and his receiver is going to turn his way down the far hash, and there's a scramble to tackle him inside the 45 down to about the 42, and that is Jalen Zachary who will make the reception. Austin Todd will knock him off his feet, and he's close to a first down.
Yeah, Zachary came into the night, Jason, leading the team with 13 receptions and 120 yards, about 30 yards per game. At that time, just a simple quick screen. He caught it, made his first defender miss, and picked up a really nice gain on 2nd down.
Coleman Edwards has looked really, really good so far here in this contest. He's
Agreed.
6 of 8. He's done everything that they've asked him to do. His offense is stalled a time or two on some 3rd and long situations. Inside handoff to Martin as a helmet goes flying to the Warriors.
Short.
He's going to be short of the first down. He had a receiver. I think that's Corbin up there saying first down. But he is going to be about a half-yard shy. Jasper Williams will knock him off his feet as he tried an inside carry to get the first down. So it's going to be 4th down and 1. And obviously for East Central, this is that go-for-it range. And you're down 10-0, 8:33 to go. You feel like you can pick this up. You need a spark.
Well, you know, if you're going to go for it in the first quarter on 4th and 7,
right,
you're going to go for it on 4th and
So
1 in the second quarter.
Well, we certainly know that Ken Karcher is a fantastic football coach. He's done great things in Decatur, so he knows a thing or two about football. He knows what he's doing. Edwards, pistol formation, turns to hand it off to his tailback, who went the wrong way, and Holman has to go straight up the middle and run it, and he's going to be shy of the first down. He's going to be tackled at the 44. He went right. His tailback went left, and making the tackle is Dante Carter. Boy, what a tough break for East Central because they had a chance to get that first down. They had a hole open up there initially.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have gone for a full yard or not, but we'll never know because that simply is a miscommunication. That's odd to see that happening now in the 5th ball game of the year.
Pam McGee, your tailback on this drive for EMCC. Twins to the right and to the left. Spotted the football, the 44. They hand it off to McGee. He sweeps around the right side. He's going to get out across the 45 and up to the 47 before he's tackled out on the edge. Across the way, Joshua Ratcliffe will make the tackle.
Coming into the ball game, Jason, all the headlines defensively were about East Central. How about this EMCC defense? They have come to play tonight and have made a big stop on every single Warrior possession.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Sweep play near side. McGee tries to get the edge. He's going to get to midfield, and he steps out of bounds. Penalty flag is going to fly. Let's go down on the field now and see what this one may be. Glenn, do you have a clue as Fred McGee knocks him out?
It's going to be holding against the Lions, guys.
All right, thank you, Glenn. 7:35 to go here in the second quarter, 10-0. Lions are on top, but these kind of penalties kill drives. I've said it before on the broadcast, I'll say it again. I mean, you just can't get a holding call in that situation. Now, granted, it was way past the line of scrimmage, so it's not going to penalize you as if it happened at the line of scrimmage on like a 1st and 10. So it's going to bring up now a second as they count off the yardage back at the 41. So they'll have it at their own 41 near side on a 2nd and long.
So instead of 2nd and 7, you're going to a 2nd and 12 or 13.
They have 2nd and 41 on the board, but it's about a 2nd and 13 from their own 41. Neville, plenty of time. Pocket collapses, steps up, throws it near side, caught at the 49, and that is caught by EMCC's Miles Hobson. And I thought his back heel went out of bounds at the 49. Anthony Thomas will make the tackle, so he's tackled at the 49 anyway, but
I'm with you, though. I thought he was out of bounds when he caught it. That was close.
Trips right, single receiver near side. Neville raises his right leg, takes a snap at the face mask. Now fires at fade pattern near side. He's looking for Hobson, who reaches out with his left hand. Can't get it at the 25. He was well covered, too. And that's going to bring up now a 4th down and 6. He was covered by Desmond Williams. Boy, this secondary is no joke.
Yeah, Williams was step for step up that sideline there. Neville threw it really well. But again, you put yourself in a 3rd and 6, and that forces you to have to take some shots like that down the field. And so a good defensive stand that time by the Warriors.
Well, guys, that wasn't the matchup that the Lions wanted. What they wanted was Brownlee over here on this side. That's the matchup you want.
Smith will take it at the hip and will kick it, and it's a low-line drive kick. It's going to bounce inside the numbers. Inside the 20, and it's going to roll inside the 10, and an ugly kick is going to turn out to be an effective kick as it's down at the 9-yard line.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
When it ends up inside the 10.
The results, right?
That's right.
Like if you kick it through the upright and it bounces in off the right or left upright, it's still good, right?
Exactly.
It's the end product that you're looking for.
But it's now.
Ugly but effective, gentlemen. Ugly but effective.
Amen.
Spot of the football is going to be near hash at the 9-yard line. 6:41 to go here in the second quarter. East Central deep in their own territory, down 10-0. By the way, coming up after Buddy Stevens' comments at the half, we're going to hear from head women's basketball coach Sharon Thompson. She'll be talking about the upcoming basketball season. We'll tell you how you can get season tickets here momentarily. Here's the snap by Edwards. He turns and he hands it off to Qualls, who goes straight up the middle, and he is not going to get much. He is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. He ran into a whole wall of red shirts and just could not get any positive yardage. And coming up to make the tackle, Jamon Gordon. Second and 10 now from the 9-yard line, their own 9 for the Warriors.
So critical for the Lions defense to not allow the Warriors to get positive yards on first down. If they can get 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10, they're going to be in good shape here.
6:08 and counting here in the second quarter. Edwards, the French Camp, Mississippi product, will stand in the shotgun. He'll have twin receivers near side. He'll clap his hands, takes a snap from his own 9. Has backside pressure, but unloads deep down the field on the far side, and he had a man, but he could not connect with him. He overthrew him by just a shot. I thought that turning on the afterburners was Jalen Zachary. He might be able to come up with that one because he left Kel Williams, but I think Kel realized that ball was going to fall incomplete, so it's going to bring up now a 3rd and 10.
And I think Zachary slipped just a little bit, too, when coming out of his break. That's the first time we've seen Edwards and this Warriors offense take a shot down the field.
So it'll bring up a 3rd and 10 as mentioned from their own 9. 5:53 to go in the second quarter. Clock is stopped. They'll break huddle with 10 to snap it. They're going to have to hurry. Now 7 seconds and trips out to the left are not even set. Now they are with 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Holman Edwards claps his hands, turns and leaves it with Martin, who's going to go straight up the middle, and he'll be stopped at the 10-yard line after a gain of 1. The inside handoffs have not worked tonight for East Central for the most part. Fred Harvey plugs that middle, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 9 after the gain of 1 by Martin.
And that's now, by my count, as we have a timeout called by EMCC, Jason, by my count, that's at least the 3rd time we've seen the Warriors run a draw play on 3rd and long.
So we'll have a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 5:37 to go in the second quarter. Lions on top 10-0 here at home against East Central. This is the EMCC Football Network. For East Central, Beauplan is going to have to back up into the EMCC and his own end zone. Patterson will have his heels on the 49 of the Warriors, rather, as we'll wait the snap back to Beauplan. 8 on the play clock. Here's the snap. He takes it as he takes a step back, and he kicks it straight up in the air. It may have been blocked partially blocked at the line of scrimmage. Everybody runs away from it, bounces at the 30, and will roll up to the 42, 43-yard line. So EMCC is going to have very, very good field position at the Warrior 43, and a bad kick, or was it partially blocked? What was it? It was just a bad kick by Beauplan.
Pressure was getting there, though. He had to get rid of it in a hurry because the block, obviously EMCC was going for the block. It didn't quite get there, Jason, but the result is still a favorable one for EMCC.
Let's go to our punting expert, Glenn Beard, on the field. What did you see?
Well, Jason, he kicked the front of the football. You could tell on the spin on the ball as it was flipping end over end backwards like an extra point.
Snap to Neville. He's going to hand it off to his tailback, who has hard contact as he tries to come around near side at the 40-yard line. He'll gain 2 on the play. That's Zias Perryman, by the way. He's taken off his feet by Peyton Rogers after getting hit really hard at the 40. So gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Clock rolling, 5:04 to go here in the second quarter. EMCC with football possession, trying to tack on some more points here before halftime. They lead it 10-0. Twins either side. Spot of the football, the near side hash at the 40. Snap from the Warrior 40. Back to pass inside pressure, and he fires it, gets rid of it. Eads is going to dive and catch it inside the 25-yard line. Nice reception by Eads between the hash and the numbers.
And a good job by Neville to stand in there. He knew the blitz was coming. He stood in the pocket, waited, made the throw nicely, took a shot, and got it there for the first down.
Ratcliffe with the hit. Williams with the tackle as the spot of the football now is down to the 23. First down, 10 to go. Gain of 17 on the play. Inside handoff, and going backwards, still turning his legs down to the 20 is Perryman. Why not? He gets about 4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6. Alvin Dempsey will make the tackle.
And a good job by Perryman that time. He almost slipped and fell when he got the handoff and somehow turned nothing into something there. A 3-down pickup or 3-yard pickup on first down.
So 2nd and 7. 4 minutes exactly to go here in the first half. Perryman will bring it behind the left tackle, and he is going to get down to the 20-yard line, which is the line of scrimmage, no gain. Joshua Ratcliffe will make the tackle. Boy, they've really been tough up front defensively, East Central has.
There's some hard hitting going on. Both defensive fronts have really played well in this first half.
3rd down and 7. Also coming up at halftime, after Sharon Thompson will talk about our basketball team, we'll take a look around the Southeastern Conference on SEC Update. 10-0 EMCC with the lead and the ball. 3rd and 7 down to the Warrior 20. Here's the snap for the red zone. And back to pass, stepping up in the pocket is Neville, and he's going to be hit. And breaks that tackle and dives forward back to the line of scrimmage at the 20-yard line. So it's going to bring up now 4th down. Ronnie Thomas will make the tackle. He was about to be dropped for a sack, about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So a 4th down and 7, and EMCC is going to have to rely on the leg of Josh Smith.
Yeah, and Neville came up limping a little bit after that last play, Jason. That was essentially a coverage sack. I mean, there was no one open down the field.
This will be a 37-yard attempt. Let's go to Glenn on the field.
Guys, they haven't sent the field goal unit out on the field yet. 13 seconds left to go on the play clock. 2:50 on the play clock. 7 seconds on the...
Going to call timeout.
Yeah, they're going to use a timeout and discuss it. And Neville is a little bit shaken up. He limped off the field, so I don't know if he's actually hurt or more of a pride thing.
Well, 2:38 to go here in the first half. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the remainder, 2 minutes and 38 on the clock. EMCC leads it 10-0 here in Scooba over East Central. This is the .37-yarder, and they'll go trips wide field, wide side of the field to the right. Neville looking left, still looking left, fires it left, near side, caught all alone at the 9-yard line. He goes to his knee, Rashad Eads, and he will move the chains. And with 2:32 to go here in the opening half, it is a 1st and goal situation for EMCC. Desmond Williams will make the tackle. First down, goal to go.
Now that's how you convert on 4th and long.
Trips right again, showing pressure, and they come up, and they can't get Perryman. Oh, they trip him up. Boy, he runs into the back of his blockers, and he doesn't get tripped up by the other team. He gets tripped up by his zone lineman blocking for him, and he slips down at the 10-yard line.
And I think he's going to score, Jason.
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't slip and fall down, he walks into the end zone.
He ran into his blockers trying to bounce it to the near side. And so now it's going to be his 2nd and goal to go from the 10. Eads, a lone receiver, lined up at the numbers at the 10 near side. Trips triangled over on the right side, looking right now over the middle of the field. Hit as he throws towards the goal line. Incomplete. He was looking for Zach Patterson, and Patterson's going to shove his defender down, and he's lucky he didn't get a flag there. And that is going to be Thomas, who's going to hit the quarterback as he threw the football, and it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 10. EMCC hasn't been able to get in any kind of rhythm here on the last couple of drives.
Anytime you think they're going to get into a rhythm, the Warriors bring a pretty creative blitz, and it's been difficult to pick up their blitzing schemes here in the second quarter.
He missed a read. They're going to run the play again.
So it's 3rd down and goal to go from the 10. 1:45 clock stop, now rolling on the snap. And it's a tunnel screen right side. Brownlee caught it, and he just walks into the end zone. Touchdown, EMCC from 10 yards out. Beautiful play call. Throw it to the right side. Brownlee, Mr. Surehands, gets his 5th touchdown reception. Actually, 6th touchdown reception of the season, second of this game.
I think Glenn called it.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't he? There you go. Made the right read that time.
Hey, that's why he's down on the field.
Great job by Brownlee, too. That was all just runs after the catch and nice blocking on the edge by the wide receivers. Huge drive right there.
And the snap is good, holds good, kick is good. So we have a 17-0 EMCC lead, and that cannon is going to knock some years off some folks' life here in the stadium tonight. Now, I've seen several people here in the press box jump, me included. 17-0, Lions lead at 1:39 to go in the opening half. We'll be back in 30 seconds with a kick to the Warriors. This is the EMCC Football Network. Williams will make the tackle. Jaylen Jones, a freshman receiver out of Farmerville, Louisiana, 6 foot, 182 pounds. I've had a chance to kind of get to know this young man, and a very good kid, quiet kid. Kind of have to urge him to talk a little bit, but Jaylen Jones will be a star on the field one day.
Quiet confidence,
he has a quiet confidence, I guess. 17-0 EMCC with the lead. And we thought there was a penalty. Let's go back down on the field to Glenn Beer.
There was, Jason, back at the 35. The only thing it could be was offsides, but I guess they declined it because of the return.
Yeah. All right, so first down, 10 to go from their own 40. Holman Edwards will be in the pistol formation once again. He'll have Martin standing behind him. He'll turn it and leave it with Martin, and Martin's going to be hit and dropped as soon as he touched the football. That kind of reminded me a little bit of Jadeveon Clowney with South Carolina, Michigan. Dante Carter gets back there, doesn't pop his helmet off, but he pops him good at the 36-yard line nonetheless.
Carter almost grabbed that handoff from Edwards. That's how fast he got into the backfield.
So second down now and 14 after the loss of 4. You're exactly right. It was Edwards, Martin, and Carter. Looked like they were huddled up around the 36-yard line.
They all converged.
Pistol formation again. Martin will stand about 4 yards behind Holman Edwards in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the left. EMCC showing pressure. They come from in the inside, but they throw it quickly, and it's a first down and more. Dancing around with a couple of would-be tacklers getting to midfield and then caught from behind at the 45-yard line. And that was a good reception that time by Colbert. Not only a good reception, but a great run. Yards after catch. Terrence Cherry bringing his big frame, come flying from behind, and falls on him at the 45. 27 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
That may have been the Warriors' best offensive play here of the night.
Off the pass by Edwards. Play action now fires it on the far sideline, and he just threw it away. Out of bounds at the 35, and that was intended because he wants to save time on the clock. Nothing was there. 17 seconds to go. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 45 of EMCC. Basketball season begins soon, and your Lions men's and women's basketball teams will be hitting the court for season and single game tickets. Call 662-476-5000 and order yours today. We're going to be talking with the lovely Sharon Thompson, a former Mississippi State Bulldog and now the head women's basketball coach here at EMCC. A fantastic person. Can't wait to talk with Sharon about the upcoming season. Basketball will be here before you know it.
I was going to say, it'll start in earnest with the practice and the exhibition games as early as next month.
Edwards claps his hands, takes the snap, pocket collapses, steps up, fires it over the middle, caught, and it's caught inside the 35, and now rumbling inside the 30 towards the far side, and making the reception was Ray Thomas. Marcus Jackson's going to knock him off his feet. And the clock is stopped as they move the chains with 8 seconds to go. Spot of the football is going to be officially at the 28-yard line.
And that was a good job by Holman Edwards. He just stood in there and quickly found his open receiver in the middle of that zone defense.
All right, no more timeouts now for East Central as they call their third and final with 8 seconds to go.
Which,
if you attempt a field goal, it's a 45-yarder.
Yeah, I mean they're going to have to run something really quick towards the sideline here and try to get a shorter field goal attempt. I don't think they're going to try to throw it into the end zone, but maybe try a little 10-yard out route and try to make it a 30-something yard field goal attempt.
And Holman Edwards has done a great job of getting the snap back and getting rid of the football quickly tonight. So we'll see what they do here. They're going to huddle up around the 32. They're down to the EMCC 28-yard line. It's a first down, but time is not on the side of East Central. 8 seconds to go here in the first half. They trail 17-0, does East Central. They quickly come up to the line of scrimmage with 20 seconds to snap it. Trips wide side of the field, near side. Edwards, play action, back to pass. Fires it on the near side, and it is tipped up in the air and intercepted in the end zone. That's the third interception thrown by Holman Edwards. And on that one, it was once again the tip drill. And as time runs out, EMCC will go to the locker room with a 17-0 lead here against East Central. And C.J. Terrell will make the interception, or actually, I beg your pardon, Deshaun Page
Lions 47, also on 16 carries. The big difference in the air, as we expected, the Lions 152 yards through the air. The Warriors only 68. Total offense for East Central 112, and for EMCC through the, or total offense rather, 39 plays, 199 yards. You look at third down conversions, 3 of 9 for EMCC. Not great, but their defense has been fantastic, Jason. They have held the Warriors of East Central to 0 of 5 in third down conversion tries. No red zone chances at all for the Warriors. Meanwhile, EMCC has been in the red zone twice. They have scored 2 touchdowns, and they are in control right now, you would think, up 17-0 entering the third quarter of play.
All right, thank you, Anthony. 17-0 is our score as we start the third quarter play here momentarily. Happy birthday, by the way, to Terrell Russell listening in Fort Myers, Florida. Happy birthday, Terrell. Hope your day has been special. Football's been teed up at the 35-yard line. Josh Smith will kick it from right to left. Back deep to receive Jaylen Jones, the freshman from Farmerville, Louisiana. And the kick is going to be high. It's end over end. Jones is going to trot back to the goal line. He takes it, goes up the far hash, now cuts back middle of field, 10, 15, now cuts back 20, 25, tries to bounce to the outside, has some blockers now across the 35. He's going to be tackled at the 38 for a 38-yard return by East Central, and making the tackle is going to be Contavious McMillan. And Jaylen Jones has had 2 impressive kick returns, the only 2 that he's had tonight.
Yeah, he has made the most of his opportunities so far, Jason, and that one was blocked well. There weren't a ton of missed tackles. I'm not even sure there were any missed tackles. Jones just made a couple of nice cuts, and there may have been a hold or 2 that the Warriors got away with, and they have some good starting field position.
They'll start at their own 39 officially as whistles blow. Timeout is called. Wow. EMCC spends a timeout before the first play of the third quarter.
Well, something got the coach's attention, and they did not like at all the way they were lined up.
Let's go down to the field to Glenn Beer. Glenn, what did you see wrong defensively there for EMCC, or what do you think the coaches may be upset with?
Well, Jason, they just couldn't get lined up the way they wanted to, and it was allowing some mismatches. But I don't think East Central noticed it. But before they did notice it, they were able to call a timeout and prevent a big play.
All right, thank you, Glenn. 14:51 to go here in the third quarter. 9 seconds, all that's been burned. Coming out of the locker room, EMCC defensively, though, they don't seem fazed by not being able to line up correctly a moment ago, and the coach is fussing at them as they're dancing. Not that I'm being negative about it. I think it's great that they're coming out playing loose. This defense didn't seem loose a week ago when they looked like they had some holes in it against Mississippi Delta. 1st and 10, Edwards takes the snap, leaving it with his tailback in his breadbasket, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. And Harvey comes up and makes another stop. Boy, he has been so tough in this game. Fred Harvey just blows everything up at the line of scrimmage. He's behind the line of scrimmage. He gets out in the secondary and defends passes. 2nd down and 10. J.D. Martin didn't get anything there, Anthony.
No, nothing there. And like you said, Harvey, who is the tackle machine for this Lions defense, met him at the point of attack and dropped him immediately.
Twins, top of the field to the left, single receiver near side. Here's the snap by Edwards. He'll leave it with Martin. Martin tries to come around near side, gets out across the 45, gets to midfield, tries to tightrope the sideline. He's going to be popped out of bounds at the 45 of EMCC. The crowd wants a hold. Pancake block, been a takedown here on the right side. E.J. Woods is going to hit Martin out of bounds here on the near side inside the 45 at the 43. Glenn, was there a hold there?
Holding.
Yeah, Jason, as you see the white hat calling the holding, so that'll bring it back. I was scared that it was going to be a late hit out of bounds, but it was really close.
Yeah, there was a flag as the hit was being made that was thrown here on the near side, but it is holding on East Central. 14:07 to go here in the second quarter. 17-0 Lions on top. The third quarter, if I said second, I think I misspoke there, so we're in the second half.
And what's interesting is they didn't call the hold where we thought we saw the hold. They called it up the field.
Yeah, okay.
So it ends up being 2nd and 8,
so,
not 2nd and 20.
So illegal pancake block here on the right side. So 2nd down and 8, spotted the football, the 41. Edwards all day to throw, throws it over the middle and just throws it out of the outstretched arms of his intended receiver across the middle. He was looking for Jalen Zachary inside the 35, and now that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8. Kel Williams will be in on defense. So it's 3rd down and 8 from their own 41. Ball on the near hash for East Central.
And Zachary was open, and Pullman Edwards just led him a yard too far. That would have been a big-time pickup.
So obvious passing down, you'd think, here for East Central on 3rd down and 8 from their own 41. Ball in the near hash. Edwards, the freshman from Fridge Camp, Mississippi, stands in the shotgun pistol formation with Martin standing now 3 yards behind him. Trips left, wide side of the field. He'll throw it short near side and threw it behind his intended receiver, and there was a little miscommunication with Josh Perkins. Perkins tried to kind of cut and go on a little mini post route, and then all of a sudden, Pullman Edwards threw it towards the sideline behind him here on the near side, the 45. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 8.
Yeah, Perkins turned around. The ball was already whizzing past his head. He would have been short of the 1st down on the reception, so he would have had to have made a man miss in the open field, but the Lions catch a break, incomplete. Now another 3rd down stop by the EMCC defense.
36-yard average in this game for Beauplan. Will take the snap inside his 30. It's low and picks it up. It's a high spiraling kick, and it's going to be well away from the return man Patterson, and it's going to be down at the 34 towards the numbers across the way. So their own 34s where EMCC will have it moving from right to left. So the Lions now will go to work on offense, and they found some things tough going. That East Central defense was pretty tough through 2 quarters.
Yeah, the opening 2 drives, I thought the Lions did a really nice job. They scored a field goal and a touchdown, 10 quick points, and then they got bogged down a little bit. You heard Coach Stevens at halftime mention he thought they got a little too anxious and tried to do too much. We'll see what they have fixed here on this opening 2nd half drive.
Connor Neville in the shotgun with twins either side. Snap from the far hash on the 34, inside handoff. Perryman now bounces to the near side, and he's going to get some tough yards. He gets about 3 or 4 after contact up to about the 39-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 5. 2nd and medium now as Jaden Webb will knock him off his feet at the near hash.
It's a nice 1st down run. If the Lions can get that on 1st down through the running game, could be a big offensive 2nd half.
Perryman shifts from left to right beside Neville. Now in motion is Purvis Frazier. They'll fake it. No, give it to Purvis Frazier on the jet sweep. He goes around the right side, and he gets out about the 30 or 43-yard line as a penalty flag comes flying in from the head official, which is the back judge there, and it's going to be holding on EMCC. And that's going to be on Austin Morphus out on the edge as John Cartwright will make the tackle. So the Lions now guilty on their first possession offensively of holding, just like East Central.
That's going to drive Coach Stevens crazy because I like the plays that they're calling here on this opening drive so far, trying to establish the run. Neither team can really get the run established tonight, and the Lions, I think, were trying to do that. And now you're in a 2nd and 15. We'll see what they want to go to here in a 2nd and long situation.
After the penalty, they spotted the football at the 29. Frazier in motion from far side to near the snap. There's pressure in the face of Neville. Gets rid of it on the screen pass. It's caught by Perryman out across the 40-45, and he's going to be knocked off his feet around the 49-yard line. So that's a 1st down run for Zias Perryman. Anthony Thomas takes him off his feet. So they'll place the football officially at the 49-yard line, and that gain is good for 20 yards.
Perfect time for a halfback screen. 2nd and long. The defense comes on a blitz.
Neville with the snap, has to throw it as he's hit in the pocket, throws it incomplete, throws it to the East Central sideline on the far side around the 45-yard line. Alvin Dempsey comes up and pops Connor Neville. And Glenn Beard, this is the first time that we've seen Connor Neville beat up a little bit like this since the first game.
Yeah, Jason, he's holding on to the ball just a little too long, not getting his reads quick enough, and that's what Buddy Stevens has been talking to him about all game, really.
Thank you, Glenn. Snap from the 49 on 2nd and 10. They hand it to Perryman, and he goes around the right side, gets inside Warrior territory, and he is going to lead the scrum inside the 47-yard line. And he got 4 tough yards there. He was hit after a 2-yard gain and then just drug folks for a couple of yards as Ronnie Thomas will end up getting him to the turf. So then they'll bring up a 3rd and 7 after the gain of 3 officially. Spot of the football is going to be outside the 47-yard line, I beg your pardon, and King Karcher wants to talk about this one defensively. So East Central calls the timeout there first of the 2nd half. 11:43 to go in the 3rd. 17-0 Lions on top of East Central here in Scooba. This is the EMCC Football Network. 4 yards as Jaden Webb holds on for the tackle.
And that was great execution. O-line blocked well. Neville made the right read, made a really nice throw, and a fantastic catch and yards after the catch.
Spotted the football at the 28 of the Warriors. They snap it quickly. The inside handoff is going to go to Perryman, and he's going to be hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Actually, it's Keon Moore, beg your pardon. So Moore is going to be stopped for no gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. He's knocked off his feet by Alvin Dempsey.
Yeah, Perryman came off the field before that 3rd and 7 play, and we haven't seen him come back in since.
Twin receivers either side. I was looking for scores when Moore trotted out on the field. High snap, but pulled down by Connor Neville. Throws it towards the sideline. Finds Brownlee, breaks a tackle, and he's going to be tackled around the 20-yard line as he's going to stay in bounds. About the 19 is the official spot. Desmond Williams will make the tackle. It's a gain of 9 on the play, so that's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 1 situation. Final score down in Pearl River as Hines defeats Pearl River 51-9. In the 3rd quarter, Gulf Coast leading Colin 31-7. More scores after this 3rd down play. 3rd and 1 for the 19 of the Warriors. Twins near side, inside handoff. Moore is just going to dive forward, and he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Had to get to the 18, got just inside the 18 as he went straight up the gut.
Yeah, anytime the Lions have needed a yard or 2, they've been able to find it in the running game. This is an impressive drive so far.
Elijah Keys with the tackle. 1st down, 10 to go. 18-yard line is the spot. The Warriors 18. 9:58 to go in the 3rd quarter. 17-0 Lions on top. Jet sweep near side. This time it's Austin Morphus, and he's going to cut downfield once he got around the left end and dives towards the 15-yard line. So he's going to gain about 3 on the play, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Jaden Webb will make the stop.
Good job by Morphus to cut back inside. Webb was coming off that edge quickly, trying to steal the edge, and Morphus read it well and got what he could to pick up an efficient 3-yard gain.
Clock rolling, 9:28 to go in the 3rd. The snap from the 15, throwing it near side out of the backfield to Moore. Moore is going to be knocked out of bounds around the 11-yard line as he was running down the near sideline after the catch. Tremont Ladner will knock him out of bounds, so it's now a 3rd down, beg your pardon, and short from the 11-yard line. By the way, this is a score to keep your eye on. In the 4th quarter, Northwest trails Holmes and Goodman 33-21 in a huge North Division battle.
That is a surprising score right there.
Under 9 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. EMCC up 17-0 here in Scooba. 3rd down and 3 from the 11 of the Warriors. 11 to snap it. Here's the snap by Neville. Looks right, fires it towards the goal line, and is knocked away. Oh, he had a man. They had a step on the receiver, but knocking it away is going to be Jaden Webb as he was intending the pass to go to Austin Morphus. So it's now 4th and 3 from the 11.
And that was simply good coverage. I mean, that was Webb with good coverage, man on man, doing a good job there to knock that ball away to force a field goal attempt.
So a 28-yard attempt coming up for Josh Smith. Smith on the season has been perfect. His long has been 27. This one 28. Snap is back. The hold is good. The right foot connects with the football, and it is no good. It is going to be off to the left. So it just missed the upright on the left side, and that's the first miss of the year on a field goal attempt by Josh Smith, and the Lions still lead it, though, 17-0, 8:41 to go here in this 3rd quarter of play. Other scores, Itawamba trails Northeast 7-6 in the 4th quarter. That's a defensive ball game. And in the 3rd quarter, Southwest trails Jones 27-6.
Well, Jason, that was almost a perfect drive, and then you end up getting nothing out of it. I know that's not going to make Coach Stevens happy, but I think he will be pleased when he watches the film afterwards about what they were doing up front. The O-line, I think, did a really good job on that drive. Just disappointing they couldn't get at least 3 points out of it.
Edwards trots his offense back out there. He'll have his tailback Martin flanked over his left shoulder. That's going to be Qualls, I beg your pardon. Qualls is going to take the handoff on the snap. He goes around the left side behind left guard, and he's got plenty of room. A 1st down out across the 30, 35, and he's going to be tackled around the 39-yard line outside the numbers, and he's brought down by E.J. Woods. Qualls shows some speed and some toughness running the football. He found a lane behind the left guard, or left tackle rather, and it was off to the races.
Yeah, he showed a nice burst there. We have an injured EMCC defender, Jason, that's back at around the 15-yard line.
Let's go down on the field and see if Glenn knows any more on who that is.
Thank you, Jason. That's 92, Dante Carter, the injured line. He'll come off the field limping. Looked like an ankle. Kind of got hung up in there.
I think he's going to be okay, but he'll have to sit out a play or two. So it's first down, 10 to go. Spot of the football, the 38. Their own 38 for East Central. That was a gain of 18 yards by Qualls. Edwards looking to the far sideline as they're huddled up around the 32, trying to get the play. Looking at EMCC, or East Central, I should say, as far as passing yards, they've only thrown for 68. They're 8 of 15. They've thrown a lot of short passes in this game. Man in motion from far side to near. Edwards claps his hand, receives the football, fakes the give, going to roll out to the near side, and now throw it to the near sideline. Is caught by Corbin around the 40, makes one man miss around the 41, and he goes upfield at the numbers around the 44. That's where he's going to be tackled. Positive gain, though, there by East Central. Jamon Gordon is going to make the stop.
Yeah, a gain of around 6 yards. And we've seen this all night long from the Padre Coburn. He is a yak master yards after the catch. He has been I think, the best offensive weapon tonight for East Central.
H-back lined off the right tackle. Twin receivers near side. Single receiver far side of the field, which is the wide side. Snap by Edwards. He's going to leave it with Qualls. Goes behind left tackle again. Gets a first down again. Boy, he likes running behind the big man on the left side, and he gets to midfield, and that'll move the chains. 7:30 and counting here in the first quarter. Now they didn't stop the clock to move the chains. Cavante Ruggs will make the tackle. It's interesting.
That is interesting. That clock did not stop. That's two counter plays left side that have worked for big-time gains with Qualls in the running back spot.
He'll pick up another first down on this drive. But rushing the football, or East Central, 20 carries for 80 yards. It's not much more on the ground than they've been able to pick up through the air. There's some confusion with East Central. They come in motion here on the near side. Snap to Holman's left, picks it up. Now Edwards throws it towards the sticks. It's caught around the 39-yard line of EMCC. And he had enough for the first down, but he kept going backwards. And I think he's going to be shy of about a yard. They're going to spot him at the 41. It's Camarcus Jackson will bring him down. So it'll bring up now a second down and short.
Yeah, he bobbled it for just half a second. Gotcha. And when he tried to regroup, he was stopped about a yard short.
So gain of 9 on the play, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 1. It's been a positive drive so far.
It's been, in terms of mixing the pass and the run, it's been the best drive so far for the Warriors.
So 37 plays, 163 yards for the Warriors. On the flip side, EMCC 50 plays, 264 yards. 2nd down and 1, ball on the left hash at the 41 of EMCC. Snap to Edwards, going to leave it with his tailback who goes around the right side, and he's not going to get it. He is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. That's Qualls again. The big speedy back's going to be brought down by the small guy, Fred Harvey, but he might be small in stature for a linebacker, but this young man plays like he's 6'5" and 250 of nothing but muscle and sheer speed.
Well, and he understands where to be and when to get there, and when he meets you, he makes the tackle. Just a solid defender all the way around.
He's going to make a Division I football coach very happy next season.
You would think. He'll get a chance somewhere.
Absolutely. 3rd down and 1 now. Clock ticking here in the third quarter. 5:27 counting to go. Edwards in the shotgun on 3rd and 1, down to the 41 of EMCC. Leaves it with Qualls, goes around the left side again, has the first down again. That's the 3rd he's picked up on this drive. And not only does he get the first down, he gets down to the 37, so he gets positive yards past the sticks.
And again, that's that counter play. Reminds me a lot of those counter plays that State used to run with Anthony Dixon and Tyson Lee. Qualls runs in towards the left guard and then cuts back out and runs behind the left tackle, and it's worked 3 times now on this drive.
Gain of 4 on the play. C.J. Terrell will knock him off his feet. Now we're seeing East Central slow things down a little bit. 4:50 and counting to go in the third quarter. They'll let the play clock get under 10 before they snap it. Now it's at 6. Edwards takes the snap. It's a little high snap, pulls it down. Play action. That's a man in his face as he throws it over the middle. Caught inside the 20. Oh, my goodness. How in the world did Zachary make that reception? He had red jerseys all over him. Holman Edwards threads the needle there, and that's Shavonki Harrington that's going to drop him as soon as he catches the football inside the 20.
And I'm not sure if Zachary was the intended receiver on that play, but he made a heck of a catch. That's a big-time gain for East Central.
Snap to Edwards. He'll leave it with Qualls. Qualls goes up the middle. He tries to counter again and bounce it to the outside. He's going to be stopped at the 20-yard line for a negative play.
Yeah, that time the Lions brought some pressure from the outside, blitzed the outside linebacker, and stopped that one. Nice adjustment there by the EMCC defense.
Deshaun Page will make the stop. He's just been special. Came in with 19 tackles at one point through the first couple of games, led the team in tackles. The freshman out of Knoxville, Tennessee, makes a stop there on second down or on first down, so it's going to be J.D. Martin who's going to check in now at tailback.
Yeah, Page and Williams. I'm sorry, Jason. Page and Williams are a nice 1-2 combo there of freshman linebackers.
Four-man front for EMCC. Here's the snap to Edwards. He's going to play action across, throws it on the left side. It's caught at the 15-yard line outside the numbers. And that's, once again, Zachary knocked off his feet, or out of bounds, rather, by Kel Williams. So another positive play, and you talked about him mixing the run and pass, and they have done that quite well. That's a gain of 4 on the play with 3:24 to go here in the third quarter.
They're actually going to give him, I think, an extra yard there, Jason, and make it 3rd and 7 on a 5-yard pickup. Either way, third and long, but not 3rd and impossible. Interesting decision here for the East Central Warriors.
We trail by 10 to EMCC here in Scooba. We've hit the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Edwards with a snap, rolls out to the near side. It's a man in his face. He's going to have to throw it away.
That's good defense there.
That's Julius Coates who's going to bring pressure. Came all the way from the right side. Was able to get in Holman Edwards' face and rush that throw just a bit. And with 2:53 to go on the clock in the third quarter, they're going to have to attempt a field goal. So Robbins' bow plan is going to come back out there. 6 of 6 on the year.
It's a big moment right now because a made field goal turns a 3-score game into a 2-score game.
So a 33-yard attempt, ball on the left hash for the right-footed kicker, Beauplan. Here's the snap back, the hold, the kick. I don't know. Does it go? No. It's going to be wide left. So he missed it wide left. The EMCC has missed one to miss the first of the year, and now East Central has missed a field goal to miss the first of the year. They've kind of mirrored each other in some things.
Well, that was a fantastic, going back to the third down play, fantastic defense. Anytime you get pressure on the quarterback and have every single possible wide receiver, running back, and tight end covered up with DBs, then that means you have played that situation almost perfectly. Force the field goal attempt, and the Lions catch a break. And it's still a 17-point, 3-score ball game lead here for EMCC.
Ham McGee is going to be the tailback. He'll be flanked to the right. Connor Neville in the shotgun brings Frazier in motion near side of Har. Spotted the football to the 20-yard line. On the right hash, they throw it right side, and it is complete. But Brownlee, who catches the ball, doesn't get much. Matter of fact, there's no gain on the play, and it'll bring up now a 2nd and 10. They tried to throw the bubble screen on the right side. Desmond Williams will make the tackle, or at least it looked like from my vantage point, a bubble screen. 2:27 and counting.
Yeah, Williams read it well and got there quickly.
Trips wide side of the field, near side. Neville with a snap from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Throws it over the middle. Has Frazier, who slides to his keister and makes the catch out around the 38-yard line. That'll move the chains. Purvis Frazier with the nice catch over the middle. And we've seen Connor Neville go over the middle and have some open receivers. Gain of 19 there.
And again, defense brought a zone blitz, and Neville made the right read, made it quickly, and threw a nice ball.
Ball placed on the near hash on 1st and 10 from their own 39. They give it the tailback, who comes to the near side, then tries to cut up field around the 41, gets up to about the 42. Ham McGee, the tailback for EMCC, knocked off his feet by John Cartwright.
Well, I thought McGee was going to get stopped for no gain. He may have actually picked up 3 yards. Close to it at least, 2.5 maybe.
Yes. Got up to the 42. 2nd and 7, it should say up on the board. Here's the snap. RPO, they throw it over on the right side, caught by Patterson. He's going to try to get to the sideline and the sticks, and he does. He's going to have the first down and more, as he's going to get inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. Elijah Keys will knock him out of bounds. Official spot will be the 45, so that's where he steps out across the way. They're down to the Warrior 45. Gain of 13 yards that time. Connor Neville in the shotgun with Twins, wide side of the field, near side. Moving from right to left with 1:14 and counting to go in the third quarter. Up 17-0. Little confusion there as they leave it with the tailback, who goes straight up the middle, and you hear the crowd groan. Gets 2 yards out of it, though, down to the 43-yard line. That's Ham McGee again.
That was a hard hit. I couldn't see who hit him first, but that was McGee ran into a brick wall.
It was Cartwright who makes the tackle once again, who was the brick wall there that Ham McGee was slammed into as he's trying to go straight up the middle. 2nd and 8 after the gain of 2. Inside a minute of the third quarter. Snap to Neville. He's back to pass. Pump fakes. Fires it over on the right side. Caught at the 40-yard line. Breaking a tackle. Patterson now tries to break another tackle. Gets inside the 30. And he's going to be suplexed down at the 29-yard line. And that's Elijah Keys who will make the tackle. And that'll move the chains.
We've now seen twice on this possession Jason Patterson make a man miss in the open field. If you're going to throw those quick screens like that, you better have a wideout who can make a man miss in the open field. And Patterson now has done that twice really well on this drive.
Ball right hash inside the 30. First down, 10 to go. Official spot, the 29 of the Warriors. Moving from right to left towards the north end zone is Connor Neville. And this offense throws it down the sideline. Caught, oh my goodness, by Jason Brownlee. Woo! He made a fantastic catch inside the 10-yard line. He'll go out of bounds at the 5. Just couldn't stay on his feet because of the way his body was turned and angled, but he would have scored.
That's the second really good catch that Brownlee's made along the sideline where he simply just out-jumps a defender for the football.
That'll run out the clock in the third quarter play. Wish it was the fourth quarter because we'd have won by now. 17-0. We've got 15 more minutes to play. We invite you to stay with us. We'll be back inside the broadcast booth in Scooba for the fourth and final period in a moment. EMCC leads at 17-0 over East Central here in a MAC-JC contest. This is the Holman Edwards and East Central trailing 17-0 here early stages of the fourth quarter. It's a handoff to Martin.
Fumble.
He lost the ball at the 20-yard line. EMCC comes up with it. Wow, back-to-back plays. Fumbles. Harvey is going to cause the fumble, and picking it up is E.J. Woods. My goodness gracious, what a turn of events. And EMCC now has it. They're back in business at the 20-yard line of the Warriors.
And again, Glenn has already pointed this out. EMCC trying desperately to get at least one more score and finally put this ball game away. Golden opportunity to do so right here.
I apologize earlier, guys. I had my headset off listening to Coach Buddy Stevens. He was talking to Berryman and told him to keep his head up. The defense was fixing to get it right back, and look what they did.
All right, no worries. Play action to Perryman. Fade pattern near side of the end zone, and it's picked off in the end zone. He was looking for Brownlee, and it's picked off. And we'll have confirmation on who that is here momentarily. And that is going to be Desmond Williams, who's going to pick it off in the end zone. Neville with the fade pattern, threw it a little bit under the grasp of Jason Brownlee, and we've seen back-to-back turnovers. Crazy.
That's not normal. No, you don't see back-to-back turnovers. 2 fumbles and an interception on 3 consecutive plays, and that was just good defense. I mean, that was the 2 DBs dropped back in zone coverage. I don't think Neville was expecting that.
Yeah.
And he thought he could lift it over the underneath zone defender, and he simply couldn't.
New life for Holman Edwards and this East Central offense as they have it at their own 20. Edwards back to pass, has some pressure, steps up in the pocket, hit from behind, and he's going to be drove into the ground around the 19-yard line, so sack and a loss of a yard on the play. So it'll bring up now 2nd and 11. Terrence Cherry, you don't want him coming from behind and landing on you whatsoever, and that's the second time he's done that in this game.
Yeah, that's going to make Holman Edwards hurt, you think, tomorrow morning.
So 2nd and 11 after the sack by Terrence Cherry. Cherry on the season already has several sacks. 6'2", 250 from West Point High School. A snap on 2nd and 11 from the 19 and thrown short, and it is caught out across the way. Is that Jaylen Jones? It looks like number 2. So it's going to be at the line of scrimmage, and that is going to be now 3rd down and 11. Kel Williams will make the tackle.
The Lion defense has done a really good job on Zachary all night long. Zachary is, I think, the most dangerous receiver the Warriors have, and the Lions have not given him any running room at all tonight.
Ball on the right hash. 3rd down, 10 to go. Near the 20-yard line, quick throw on the bubble screen on the right side, and tripped up around the 36. Great tackle by Fred Harvey that time out on the edge.
I mean, that saved a 1st down and maybe saved a touchdown, because that was the right offensive play call against the defensive blitz that EMCC had. And if Harvey does not make that grab, you might see the first points of the night on the scoreboard for East Central.
And what did you say just a bit ago when we were talking about Fred Harvey just having a knack for the football? He said he knows where to be out on the field.
Yeah, and wraps up in the open field. I haven't seen him miss a tackle once tonight.
So it's 4th down and 4. Coming on to punt it again is Beauplan. Beauplan today, 33.5-yard average on 4 punts. Now we have a penalty flag of a delay of game.
Yeah.
Zach Patterson will be back to receive. And it's still 4th down. They're going to back him up 5 more yards. And now they're having to get the EMCC coaches off the field. They were talking to their punt return team. So the spot of the football is going to be at the 21-yard line. It's now 4th and 9. Ball on the right hash across the way from us. They're going to be kicking from right to left on the punt. Beauplan is going to have some protection back there as there's 3 men lined up in front of him. He'll take it inside the 10. And it's going to be a line drive kick, and it's going to bounce to the right of Zach Patterson. Patterson just ran towards the East Central sideline, getting away from it, and it will roll inside the 25, and it's going to be dead as it's touched by East Central at the 22. So the Lions will have it at their own 22, up 17-0 with 12:04 to go here in this 4th quarter.
I'm just glad we didn't see another turnover.
By the way, a 57-yard punt by Beauplan.
That was a really good punt. His best punt tonight puts their defense in a better situation. But again, opportunity here for the Lions. You're up by 3 scores. You're in control. Wouldn't surprise me if we see EMCC take some time off the clock on this drive.
Jamari Jones, the freshman quarterback out of Northwest Rankin, will come in to lead the drive. High snap, he pulls it down, and inside handoff, and nothing but running room for Keon Moore. He has a first down and more out across the 35 as he goes up the hash and gets out around the 39, close to the 40-yard line. They're going to say went down at the 39. Jaden Webb will make the tackle. That's a gain of 17 yards on the play for the sophomore running back, Keon Moore. 1st and 10 from the 39, their own 39. Inside handoff to Moore, and he's going to dive out across the 40 up to the 41. So after a gain of 2, he's going to be tripped up there, making the tackle. It's Ronnie Thomas. We've called out his name a lot tonight. So 2nd down and 8. And so much for trying to eat some clock.
That's
Boy,
right,
they're going hurry. And hurry up here. Jamari Jones in the shotgun with twins either side. Ball middle of the field, the snap from their own 41. 3-step drop, fires it near side, caught by Brownlee. He tries to stiff arm a man around the 47, and he goes out of bounds around the 49. That's a gain of about 8 on the play, and it'll be enough for a first down. Fred McKee will make the tackle.
And we'll see if the play calling is different at all with Jones in there at quarterback instead of Neville.
Wow, it is a first down. They put up 3rd, and put the 3rd down marker right up at the sticks. It's like he got the first down. So from their own 49, they fake the give, and coming around near side is Jones, and Jones gets to the sideline, and he's popped hard at the 30 of the Warriors, and he's knocked out of bounds to the near side. No, they're going to say went down before he went out of bounds. At the 29, clock will roll. Jaden Webb will knock him off his feet. Boy, that was a great zone read that time as he faked the give to Moore, and then he found some green around the near side. Jamari Jones shows you he has some wheels.
And that's the element to the offense that Jones brings that Neville doesn't quite have.
Morphus in motion near side to far. They turn and they leave it with Moore. Tries to go around the left side. He's going to get down inside the 28, down to the 27-yard line. So Alvin Dempsey will make the tackle there at the 28, it looks like officially. So it's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 9 situation. Clock rolling with 10:15 to go in the game. EMCC in Warrior territory. They're on the plus side of the field with the ball spotted on the left hash. Twin receivers, wide side of the field, near side. The snap to Jones, looks left, throws it out of the backfield. Oh, my goodness, Moore had it in his breadbasket, and as he was falling down, it just went flying in the air. He dropped it at the 25. It's incomplete.
I couldn't quite tell what happened there. He didn't turn his head to look upfield.
Trip himself?
I think his feet got tripped up, and he couldn't hold on long enough to get a completion.
4 down territory, guys.
Yeah, 3rd and 8, and as Glenn just pointed out, 4 down territory for
agree.
EMCC. With 10 minutes to go in this game, we've already knocked off 5 minutes of the 4th quarter. Lions with 3rd and 8 at the 27 of the Warriors. Shotgun snap. Here's the throw on the wide side of the field. Caught by Brownlee at the 15. 10. Tried to leap over a guy at the 5, and the ball's batted up in the air. And that was weird. That just looked like basketball, volleyball, or something. It's got to be East Central ball. It's got to be East Central ball. That ball went into the end zone. It's either EMCC ball at the 1 or East Central. That's the 2nd time we've seen a ball fumbled into the end zone in this half. Fred McGee is going to pick up the fumble, and East Central keeps EMCC out of the end zone again.
3 red zone trips and no points in the second half for EMCC.
That's 3 turnovers by my count here in the second half.
An interception and now 2 fumbles, and that was, listen, and I get it, Brownlee. He's been watching Colin Hill highlights. He was trying to jump over 2 or 3 defenders, and he jumped and reached the ball out and just simply lost it.
We see that happen so much that you just got to protect the football when you get inside the 5-yard line.
This might be right now the last chance for East Central. I think if EMCC gets a stop right here, there simply isn't enough time left for the Warriors.
Right, and you've got to run out of chances. I mean, EMCC's not going to give you that many. Spotted the football their own 20 after the second touchback on a fumble by the Lions. And Holman Edwards heave-hos deep down the field. He underthrows his intended receiver, and it may be picked off, and it is. It is picked off by EMCC at the 42-yard line. Picking it off for EMCC is Kel Williams. Edwards had a man open. He underthrew him. And Williams is going to pick it off around the 42. This has been a turnover fest here in the last, 6-7 minutes of this ballgame.
And that was excellent coverage. I mean, that was a good job to stay at home. And Williams simply undercut the route and jumped up there and made the interception. That's 5 combined turnovers in the second half between these two teams.
I like the play call, though.
Yeah.
This wasn't executed.
You have to, right. I mean, you got, I'm sure their thinking was, we haven't done this much tonight. They're not expecting a deep shot. Let's go ahead and take it. Just didn't work out.
You got a freshman quarterback. If he doesn't throw that off his back foot, he probably completes it.
And taking the handoff is Zias Perryman, who's going to go around the left side. He's going to gain a couple on the play up to maybe about the 44. Trenton Ladner will knock him off his feet. Second down and 8 now after the 2-yard gain. 9:23 and counting here in the fourth quarter. 17-0 Lions on top.
And Glenn made a good point. The defensive pressure up front forced Edwards to throw that ball off his back foot and force that interception.
Trips wide side of the field. They're going to run wide side with Perryman. He's going to slip through somehow, and he gets out across the 45 up to the 48, and he is smacked hard there. And now we have a little pushing and shoving match go on around the 40-yard line near side. Fred McKee will make the tackle.
Yeah, nothing major there.
No.
Just referees handle that nicely.
A good job by both players just kind of walking away after that.
Yeah, that's just...
It was one of those end of the whistle pushing and shoving, like
Just
basically
got-
blocking. Yeah, it
yeah,
wasn't
but
like a fight.
Guys just got tied up and fell down on top of each other. Nothing there.
Third down and 3 for EMCC. Spotted the football, their own 48, moving left to right. Jamari Jones, the quarterback. Twins either side, takes a snap. Quarterback draw, goes up the middle, and he's going to be stopped shy of the first down as he spun around to the turf around midfield. And making the tackle is Alvin Dempsey. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 1 situation. And that'll take it down to the Warrior 49-yard line.
Oh, no, first down.
Wow.
Hey, we'll take it.
We'll take it. He was a yard shy of the first down, so it will be first down 10 to go for EMCC. Snap to Jones. He looks right, doesn't see anything, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to be hit and wrestled to the turf after a loss of about 5 on the play back to the 47. Now they creep up to the 48-yard line, so it will be a couple of yards on the loss. On the sack, Elijah Keys will make the sack of Jamari Jones.
Now, that looked like a design quarterback draw.
It did.
Either that or...
Tried to fake it with looking near side, but he didn't have anything when he stepped up. Regardless, this defensive front's done a good job. This 4-man front for the Warriors here in the second half and really for the most part of this game. Jones back to pass, steps up, and motions for his receiver to continue going downfield, and he just keeps it himself and dives to the 45-yard line. So that'll bring up a third manageable down. Trenton Ladner will trip him up at the 45 of East Central.
When you have a mobile quarterback, that if you're going to run the kind of system that EMCC has run ever since Coach Stevens got here, you know, spread them out, air raid style, having a mobile quarterback makes the offense even that much more difficult to slow down.
Twins either side, spotted the football, the 45 of East Central. Jones in the shotgun has Perryman flanked to his right. 6:53 and counting to go in the fourth quarter. Jones back to pass, has all day, steps up, throws it over the middle of the field as a man, and it was in his hands for a moment, and it was knocked away. Alston Morphus was the intended receiver. Anthony Thomas is the one that's going to knock it away. And that'll bring up now 4th down, 4th and 6 to go from the 45 of East Central.
And Thomas did knock it away. That was a nicely thrown ball, and Thomas got in there and knocked it straight out of the hands of Morphus.
So with 6:46 to go here in this game, EMCC is going to punt it away from the 45 of East Central. So standing at his own 40, with his toe standing on the near hash, is Josh Smith. Back deep to receive is DePondre Coburn, the receiver out of Noxapater High School. He'll stand on the near hash with his heels at the 10-yard line, and he's going to angle to his right and take it on the run at the 10. Gets out across the 15 and stays on his feet after being tripped up at the 15, and he dives forward to the 19-yard line. So a 9-yard return for the Noxapater native with 6:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Clock stopped down 17-0. Devontae McCray for the Lions will make the stop.
Well, Jason, I don't know about you, but I thought we would see these two defenses control the tempo of the game, control the style of play of the game, and that's pretty much what we have gotten tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt this defensive unit has stepped up for both sides, but you know what hasn't been a big factor like it was last year? Special teams.
That's right. I mean, we've had a couple of missed field goals on each side, but no big plays in that area.
Edwards claps his hands, makes the give on the play action, now fires it up the near seam, and it is knocked away at the 40-yard line, and EMCC felt like they should have picked that one off. And so it's incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Shavaki Harrington in on defense, and now you're starting to see with the play calling a little bit now a sense of urgency from this offense for East Central.
And it looked like Edwards was trying to hit Perkins, but the tight end Thomas got in the way and actually deflected it. Either way, incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Spotted the football, the 18. They're on 18 for East Central. Clock stopped with 6:29 to go. There was an incomplete pass. So we're here in the 4th quarter of play. It was snapped to the left. Edwards goes and gets it and will hand it off to his tailback. Kind of disrupted the rhythm a little bit as he comes around the left side. Gets up around the 21-yard line. Devontae Ruggs will make the stop for the Lions. And that brings up now a 3rd down and 6 after the gain of 4 on the play by Mark Qualls.
And what you're seeing right now, Jason, is a pistol-style, run-oriented offense that simply is not built to come from 17 points down or 21 points down. As soon as EMCC got that last touchdown of the first half, that really put the Warriors in a tough spot.
Edwards back to pass, has all day to throw, throws it down the right side. It's picked off at the 46-yard line. And picking it off for EMCC is going to be number 28. That's Kel Williams. Kel Williams has had a big night tonight defensively. Yeah, 2nd pick.
I mean, he's been all over the secondary, especially in the second half. Did a good job right there playing your scheme. It looked as if that the EMCC secondary had been told to simply make sure no one gets behind you. Wherever the deepest receiver is, be 5 yards deeper than that. And Williams, right place, right time. Yet another turnover forced by this Lions defense, playing a fantastic game tonight overall as a unit.
5:43 to go here in the game. EMCC with ball possession at the 45. Oh, now they shift and move a little bit over on the right side, and that's a false start. Little quick movement before time. So now the spot of the football will be midfield. It will be 1st down and 15. And now you would think EMCC might go a little conservative here and try to run some clock.
We'll see. We'll see. It's a delicate balance between trying to run clock while also trying to get, some significant playing time for your backups.
Ball on the left hash. Here's the snap by Jones. He's going to hand it off to his tailback. Moore gets some tough yards after contact, and he is going to get a lot of those penalty yards back. And Moore, he'll gain 7 on the play, so he gains 3 after that penalty. Anthony Thomas will make the stop.
Makes it a 2nd down and manageable now for EMCC.
17-0. Snap from the 42, inside handoff. Moore, if he stays on his feet, he might have a chance. They're going to catch him from behind, though, inside the 20 as he was running between the hashes. And that's another 1st down. Keon Moore with a huge run up the gut. Jaden Webb will knock him down from behind. 25-yard gain for number 5.
And here we go. Yet another red zone opportunity for the Lions offense. Can they cash in this time and put that nail in East Central's coffin?
Glenn Beard, a former Holmes Bulldog, will be happy about this score. Holmes just beat Northwest 47-42. That's a big-time win.
You're kidding.
For the boys of Goodman. Nope, 47-42, the final score. Just had it texted by the SID. Steve Diffie of Holmes. And Keon Moore is going to go inside the 15-yard line.
That's a huge win for the Holmes Bulldogs.
Yeah. John Cartwright with the tackle that time by Moore, who got it inside the 15. 2nd down and 6, gain of 4 yards by Keon Moore. Ball on the left hash at the 13. Jamari Jones, quarterback run around the left end. He is going to be stood up around the 11-yard line. They may have stopped him just prior to the 11, so a gain of about 1.5 yards on the play. Torin Hinton will make the stop.
And Jones had a pitch man off to the far side, decided to keep it. There simply wasn't much running room there.
My phone is blowing up at this point. People telling me about Holmes beating Northwest. 3rd down and 5.
Upset.
Yeah. Big time for EMCC as well. 4:02 and counting. Jamari Jones steps up in the pocket, fires it deep out of the back of the end zone. Almost had Brownlee run into the goalpost trying to make that catch.
Yeah, that was a tight window. Brownlee had a defender on his back. And Jones that time, I think trying to play it safe, was trying to throw it where only his guy could get it and threw it way too high.
Well, if that was his goal, then he succeeded as far as the other guy not getting it. 3:58, clock stopped after the incompletion. We're in the fourth quarter, 17-0 EMCC. They're at the 12, and the Warriors throws it to the end zone. Brownlee had him in the back of the end zone. Brownlee was falling down a little bit, and it goes off his hands and out of the back of the end zone, so it's incomplete. And that was on fourth down, so it's first down now for, that was not Brownlee, that was Purvis Frazier, 14, not 1, a bigger pardon. So 3:52 to go in this game. The Warriors will get it now, first down, 10 to go from their own 12.
And it looked as if that pass almost got deflected a bit as it came out of Jones' hand. Either way, I like the play call. Go ahead and go for it. You've already missed one field goal from near this distance tonight. Just didn't work out. And yet another red zone stop by the East Central defense. I mean, the Lions are going to win this game, and the Lions have played well, but this East Central defense is going to give a lot of teams fits the rest of the season.
Edwards back to pass, almost throws another interception, and does at the 16-yard line. His receiver fell down. How unfortunate as Zachary falls down. Kel Williams again with another pick. That is his third of this game.
The hat trick for the DB Williams. How about that?
That is the fourth interception thrown by Holman Edwards, and that time his receiver fell down. I mean, there's been some interceptions that haven't been his fault, but I tell you what, it seems like this game, even though it's 17-0, and when you look at it at the end of the day, East Central didn't get blown out, but the score doesn't show how dominant, though, that EMCC was on the field. And I think with East Central offensively, their game plan backfired. The later the game went on and the more it was a 2-touchdown and more lead, a 3-score game basically, it really got them out of sync, and they tried to do too much as Perryman goes straight up the gut and gets inside the 10-yard line and is going to get down to about the 7.
Yeah, a convincing performance tonight all the way around for EMCC, but especially by their defense. Just forcing turnovers, keeping East Central out of the end zone. Great job tonight.
Anthony Thomas with the tackle. Perryman goes off tackle around the left side. It's going to spin inside the 5 and be brought down around the 3-yard line. So it's going to be a second and goal situation. Trenton Ladner. Well, first and goal, I beg your pardon. Ladner will make the tackle of Perryman. Somehow got behind on my downs, and now we have a whistle and a timeout called by East Central. But what I mean is that East Central got out of what they wanted to do. Yes. Not that they can't complete some of these throws and execute this offense, but it's almost like they got to a point where they were kind of pressing the panic button a little bit.
Well, which is why it was huge, Jason, and we mentioned it when it happened. It was huge in the first quarter for EMCC to get that 10-0 early lead, because when you're an offense like East Central, it does take you out of what you want to do even that early on, and then getting that third score of the first half right before halftime really puts the Warriors in a bind. This is not an offense that is situated to come from 3 scores down.
So with 3:08 to go in this game, EMCC has it now. First down, a goal to go from the 3. It's kind of like, what do you do, territory, if you're wanting to kind of run this game out, but it's too early to take a knee.
Yeah.
So
they are. Listen, they went for it a 4th and goal on the previous drive.
That's true.
So they're going to try to score right here.
Good memory. I'd forgotten about that. So it's first and goal from the 3. Jones to the shotgun. Perryman's flanked to his left. Jones races his right leg. 16 on the play clock. Here's the snap. Leaves it with Perryman. He goes towards the goal line. He's in. Touchdown. Perryman this time gets across the goal line. He stretched out at it, stripped out before he got into the end zone a couple of series ago, or offensive possessions ago, and it's now 23-0 pending the PAT. 3:03 to go here in this game.
Great job by Perryman that time to take care of the football and finally punch one in, our first touchdown in the second half. And if there was any doubt, it has now been removed.
Perryman with his 3rd touchdown on the ground as a freshman Lion football player out of Laurel. And you're exactly right, as the snapback is good, hold good, kick is good. 24-0 EMCC. 3 minutes and 3 seconds have to go off the clock. And if they don't stop shooting that cannon, my goodness, it's leaving a nice smoke ring, though, in the air. That's pretty cool.
Impressive.
That cannon's loud. I've never been a big fan of the cannon after touchdowns. It just, I don't get it.
This is my first time here. Is the cannon normal?
Yeah, I think it's been here for the most part.
Okay.
But, I don't know. It just doesn't help my ticker.
The way folks have been reacting in the press box, I wasn't quite sure if it was an every week occurrence.
I'm like a dog at Christmas when fireworks are going off. Sitting over here shaking and scared. All right, so here comes the kick team for EMCC. Out Smith is going to tee it up at the 35. Go ahead, Glenn.
Well, guys, let's talk about it while they're getting set for kickoff. All right, that upset victory by Holmes, that's not what East Mississippi needed to happen, guys. Let's be honest. For strength of schedule, you needed Northwest going into next week a top 5 team, and they'll drop out of the top 5 now.
Yeah, now that you put it that way, I was just thinking about as far as a lead, but you could take that lead by beating them here at home, because we'll talk about it in a second. And Jaylen Jones again with another nice return straight up the middle. He's going to be popped hard around the 26-yard line. But, here's the thing about it. Even if Northwest was to, even though they lost, they came in, EMCC be number 1. C.J. Terrell makes the tackle, by the way. If Northwest beats them just head-to-head, they would get that advantage. So really, that upset really did nothing for you but hurt you, now that Glenn points that out.
I mean, it's a catch-22 because in the national rankings, you can now move up because they lost. But in terms of the actual standings, it doesn't mean quite as much.
It's going to hurt you down the line as far as strength of schedule. You need 2 wins over top 5 teams.
2:53 and counting to go. Inside handoff, and going straight up the gut is the new tailback, Chandler Roberts. And Deshaun Page will make the tackle. Roberts is listed 6'1", 215 out of Philadelphia High School, or excuse me, he's out of Philadelphia, played at Kemper County, so not far from his old school. Spotted the footballs, the 27, their own 27 near hash. Inside handoff to Roberts. Roberts is going to bounce off a would-be tackler, and then he's going to be tackled for another yard loss. If he just would have gone down there, it would have been at the 25, but instead, down at the 24, trying to make something happen. Jamon Gordon will make the tackle. 2:16 and counting. We'll have a short post-game show coming up for you here in just a bit. We'll hear from Buddy Stevens, get his thoughts on this. And, Glenn's right, down the stretch, you really need Northwest to come in here as a top 5 team. But, hey, it is what it is, and all you can control is what you do out on the field. And the Lions looked a whole lot more improved this week than they did a week ago. And you may say, well, they only scored 24 points against East Central, but this is a top 5 defense nationally. Edwards, play action, has to step up in the pocket. He's flushed out of the pocket to the right. He's going to be sacked as he tries to get out across the 20, and he's going to fall forward to the 21. Jamon Gordon coming up with the sack for the Lions, and that's going to bring up 4th down and long. 136 and counting.
Yeah, to your point, Jason, East Central's defense giving up only 10 points a game. They held Northwest to only 26 points. And I thought EMCC, yes, the numbers are not going to be at their yearly average, but 24 points and almost 500 yards of offense against this defense is impressive stuff.
So punting it away is going to be Robbins' bow plan for this game. Bow plan, 38-yard average. Fair catch call for us at Angles near side. Patterson's going to go to a knee at the 44-yard line. That's a nice kick by bow plan as he was standing inside his own 10-yard line. So 59 seconds to go in this one. EMCC is going to get the victory. So there were a lot of positive things we're going to talk about. Obviously, defense is going to be one of those. And offense, I don't want to say went cold. I think East Central woke up a little bit, but boy, when they got out to that 10-0 start, kicked a field goal on the first possession, second possession scored a touchdown, I thought this might be a rout.
Yeah, so did I. I thought you might see 50 points up on the board, but in terms of moving the ball, I thought EMCC moved the ball well. The one thing Coach Stevens won't be happy with are A, the turnovers, and B, the empty red zone trips. Other than that, I think the offense against a very good defense did a lot of good things tonight.
Taking the snap and going to a right knee is Jamari Jones. Now there's 45 seconds on the clock. They'll have to snap it again here in about 24 seconds while they go ahead and snap it and take a knee, and they won't have to snap it again. 33 seconds and counting, and EMCC is going to go to 4-1 on the year, 3-2. East Central will drop on the season after dropping a 24-0 decision to the EMCC Lions here in Scooba. Thoughts?
A convincing performance tonight, offensively and, of course, defensively, to pitch a shutout. I think going forward, if you can get this kind of performance from the Lions defense, this is going to be a team that I think should be the favorite once division play begins next week.
So EMCC will face Northwest next week here in Scooba, Mississippi, and of course you heard the gun go off. That means the clock Reads all zeros, 24-0 EMCC with the win. We're going to be watching Glenn Beardy standing down on the field around the 44-yard line to our right. He's waiting for Buddy Stevens. If we could talk with Buddy quickly before he talks with the team, that would be fantastic. EMCC will host Northwest 7 o'clock next week here in Scooba. 6:30 is our airtime. And EMCC, it's hard to believe, already 5 games now into the season with the Lions now going to 4-1. Some final stats, Anthony, if you have them.
Yeah, looking at first downs, the Lions 22, the Warriors 9 rushing yards, EMCC 177 rushing yards. They held East Central to only 80 rushing yards. Passing yards, the Lions 311 against a very good secondary. The Warriors just 113 through the air. Total offense, EMCC ran 84 plays, Jason, 488 yards of offense total. They held East Central to just 55 plays and only 193 yards of offense.
All right, Buddy Stevens is going to talk with his team. We see him gathering them around. We'll have him when we return in 1 minute. You're listening to the EMCC Football Network. Going to win it over East Central, and it was a great crowd tonight. We saw the highway out here by the stadium backed up, coming from the east, coming from the west. So EMCC fans, East Central fans, all coming in about the same time, and pretty decent crowd here in Scooba tonight as we wait Buddy Stevens. They're praying, so he's going to be through here in just a second, but the Lions get a big victory in front of a nice crowd.
Yeah, nice atmosphere, nice weather, and like you said, convincing win over a good team. I think this will be one of those victories at season's end that'll be a resume-building win for EMCC. It would not surprise me at all, Jason, if East Central is a top 25 team come November.
I agree 100%. And as Buddy Stevens and company down there on the field, he's got a lot to say to his team. They just finish up the prayer now. He's going to go in on the breakdown with them, and whatever that breakdown is, they're all holding their helmets in the air, holding them up with the right hand, and he'll find Glenn here momentarily, and Glenn's going to give him the headset. We'll be talking with the head ball coach of the EMCC Lions. We see him put on his headset now. We welcome Buddy Stevens to the broadcast. Coach, I know you have to be pleased with your defense, especially in the second half. And Kel Williams, 3 picks. I thought they stepped up and played a lot better tonight.
Yeah, that sticky stuff we put on Kel's hands really worked well. And, I'm proud of the offense. I'm proud of the defense, too, because I think, we played better in spurts offensively. I think we're just, we're so close. We are a Dixie cup away from being a full glass now. And if we can just get a little bit better and keep working, we're gonna be pretty good. But we got to learn how to finish. We got to finish blocks. We got to finish drives. We got to finish catches, and that'll lead to finishing ball games. So, I'm very proud of the guys. Proud of how they practiced great this week, and we're gonna reward them by getting an early film, get a little Dickey's barbecue, and get them out of here.
Coach, you had almost 200 yards on the ground tonight. I thought your offensive line blocked well tonight all game long.
Yeah, I think they got mad. I mean, our offensive line got a little. They've been taking a lot of heat from me and the coaches, and they really stepped up and did what we asked them to do. We asked them to be dominant and to be a decisive force in this ball game, and I really think that they did. I mean, we were hurried a few times, but I don't think they had a whole lot of a whole lot of heat on a quarterback like they did last year.
And, Coach, before we let you go, Northwest coming in, they were just upset 47-42 over in Goodman. Holmes pulling an upset tonight.
That'll make them good and mad. So we didn't need that. But it's just the next step, and we're not overconfident, and we're definitely not scared of anybody. So we're gonna practice and prepare for them just like we would if they were undefeated. Doesn't matter, but it just means there's another team that has the opportunity to be in the playoffs, and it just shows the league and how the league is pretty even, pretty level all the way across. So all I am is I'm glad the Lions won tonight. Glad we got a shutout. That means that means stakes for the defense. So we're happy about that. And all I can say is go Lions.
Go Lions. What about the broadcasters? He took his headset off before we could ask about our state.
Oh man. No, he didn't give us a chance.
Hey,
but because
you win as a team, you lose as a team. We're part of the team. We need those steaks, Coach. I'm hungry.
Oh man, he mentioned steak, and now the booth is hungry.
Yeah, exactly. Final thoughts, Anthony, as we close out the broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, I thought overall, and Coach Stevens, I think, hit the highlights for us. I mean, defense was great. I mean, that was great defense. You hold a team to less than 200 total yards of offense. You keep them off the scoreboard for 4 quarters, and then offensively, I mean, they just wore down East Central in that second half. I thought they were more committed to the running game in the 3rd and 4th quarters. It just wore them down. Like Buddy said, once this offense learns how to get really efficient in the red zone, then they're going to be a very, very good football team.
Agreed. Anthony, great stuff, and we may have you on the broadcast again before the year's done.
Man, thanks for putting up with me. This is my first time doing EMCC football.
Man, I love working with you. You're excellent. You do a great job.
Thanks, man. I enjoyed the opportunity very much. Had a blast tonight, and enjoyed watching a Lions win.
All right, thank you, Anthony. Glenn Beard did a fantastic job as well. So for Glenn Beard and Anthony Craven, I'm Jason Crowder. Want to thank our producer once again, Lisa Henning, back at the studios, who always does a fantastic job for the Lion Football Network. Final score, 24-0. EMCC with a win over Northeast to move their record to 4-1 on the year. And next week, Northwest in a tough North Division battle. That's usually been the LSU-Alabama of the North Division, that game. The Georgia-Alabama of the SEC, or at least considered in the North. So, for all of our guys in the crew, I want to thank everybody for making everything possible tonight. We'll talk to you next week. 6:30 is our pregame show. 7 o'clock is the kickoff right here from Sullivan Wyndham Field in Scooba. You've been listening to production of EMCC Football on the EMCC Radio Network.